We are at the home studio. We are typical on it. Itchy nose as soon as you start. So we are live right now, and we're about to tune in, if we can, we're about to tune in to Mel and Steve, who are live streaming outside of a slaughterhouse in Guildford, Surrey. The name of the slaughterhouse is ABP Foods. Somewhere that we've been before a few times, many times. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and check out that. We're going to go check out their stream, see what they're up to, see what they're doing. Let's go cover that story right now, if we can. Not really sure how to do this, so I'm going to have to try practice right now. Give me a second, guys. Just checking to make sure that we were live and online, which is good. We do seem to be online, which is great stuff. Good. Now what we need to do is we need to add a screen. Aha, here we go. Right, so let's find Mel and Steve on YouTube first of all, and then we can take you there. We can take you and see what they're doing. It should come up on my home screen. Mel and Steve, where are we? No, that's the wrong one. Wrong account. Switch accounts. Okay. Let's go to those guys there. Let's go to a different account. All right, so we're going to go on live. We're going to go check out some vegan activists that are live outside of a slaughterhouse right now. It's Mel and Steve. And the reason for me doing this today is because I was supposed to be there, but I've actually got serious pain in my jaw because I've got a wisdom tooth growing through, which is not nice. Live? Are they live? No, this was 2 weeks ago. Where's their live stuff? Maybe I've got to click on their channel. I'll click on their channel first and see if they're actually streaming live right now. I don't see that they are streaming live right now. Maybe I'm on the wrong video. Maybe do I go videos? Okay. So maybe it's not them. Maybe it's Alex Activist. There he is. He's live. Okay, Alex Activism is live. Okay, good stuff. Right, so upcoming scheduling of 10:15. Oh, in 3 minutes he's going to be on live. What's happening? Okay. Rare Days, how are you? N. Hello, Emre Doodles. Yeah, don't do that, Rare Days. I wouldn't do that. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Anyway, so this is a live stream, guys, for activism purposes. We are a group of vegan activists that visit slaughterhouses and broadcast live from outside the premises to show you really what happens inside these places, these facilities that are way outside of your towns, of your cities, way outside. And the reason for doing that is because there's a saying that if slaughterhouses had glass walls, people wouldn't eat meat. Because what happens to animals is wrong and it's hidden away from people. You can't really see what's going on. So hence the saying, if slaughterhouses had glass walls. Now, what we do is we visit slaughterhouses and we 15 years of vegan. Nice work, nice work. So UFO Bay there and myself are vegan because we've seen what happens to animals inside slaughterhouses and we don't agree with it. It's disgusting, it's despicable. Got to go by. Okay, Emre, no worries. Thanks for stopping in. What happens to animals in slaughterhouses is disgusting. So, saw a dog slaughter today, literally called the police ASAP. What do you mean? You saw somebody slaughter a dog in front of you, like in real life? Like, what does that mean? It's illegal here, but they. Okay, there was something that I needed to do to make this work better for everybody. Is it in a mini plate? No. Oh, maybe. Maybe this will work, actually. Yes. This could be the new way of doing it. Oh, no, it didn't. Oh, that's frustrating.
Thanks, Johnny. Okay. Yeah. We'll try and stay warm, stay safe. As you see, we've got activists out here with us today.
We're still going to attempt this.
And we'll be
I
trying
think
to
this is
basically
potentially still the way
everything
forward.
that's happening here at this slaughterhouse. A slaughterhouse that has had major failings and breaches in their FSA audit report.
Can you guys let me know? Do you hear
So as you're coming
this?
into the chat,
Do you
please
hear
drop a number
this?
1 in the comments if you're vegan, drop a number 2 in the chat if you're open to being vegan, and drop a 3 in the chat if you're just a troll and you just don't like animals. We're here to expose you, the public, what is happening behind these closed doors. As you can see, but directly behind me, I'm going to put the camera up a little bit. Those big blue trucks, they're either full of cows or they're unloading the cows at the moment. Those cows are going to be taken inside the facility. They're going to be bolt gunned to the head, and they're going to be sent into, they're going to be.
Can you let me know? Can you hear
open for
Alex?
slaughter? And what people
Yes, we
don't
hear
know
Alex
is
audio.
that the cows going in here, they're actually dairy cows, female cows from the dairy industry. People that are vegetarian that are clearly trying to do the right thing by not consuming meat. Unfortunately, they're actually funding dairy cows, female cows, to go into these facilities. So we've got plenty of activists here with us today. We're going to be showing.
Drop a free. What do you mean by drop a free?
You can see the fear in the animals.
Oh, he said drop a free. Okay, yeah. It wasn't me talking. That's him talking. He said, one, if you're vegan. Two, if you're not vegan. Three, if you're open to being vegan.
This site is in the middle of an industrial estate. You've got people who are basically going to their, going to work.
No
going
way,
to their morning commute.
actually happened in the USA.
You've
No
got
way.
garages, you've got,
Crazy.
all these people passing by, and what people just don't realise is that right behind them, if you actually walk down this path, you can smell it. As soon as we got out the car, you can smell literal feces. You can smell the shit of those animals.
It's true. It's true. I've been down there before. I've been there many times. If you go and check my channel and have a look at the live feeds, you'll see that I've been there many times before, and you will see that I have mentioned, and other people have mentioned, that disgusting smells.
Can you see the animals in that blue truck at all? Is there any cows in there? Move over a bit, see if you can.
Yeah, absolutely UFO. I think one of the main.
Do you see any of the cows being unloaded?
There is actually a correlation between slaughterhouse workers and domestic abuse and violence. And it's not a surprise because they're desensitized by violence. They use it every day. To them, they're enacting the most violent and extreme things that you can act on a person, to animals every day, hundreds of times a day. They go home and just, hitting someone or belittling someone verbally, assaulting them. To them, it's nothing because they are literally, they're killing animals every day. So why would they think that, they're desensitized? I mean, they might think that it's wrong, but, if you're doing something so violent to someone every day, over and over and over again, it's not a wonder that it just naturally slips into their everyday life.
These are even having major welfare breaches. So major failings for animals included 6 major failings. So these are basically major non-compliances. So animals are exposed to avoidable pain, distress, or suffering during the killing process. There was improper handling and movement of animals, including risks from misuse of instruments.
Crazy.
There was inadequate and poorly maintained restraining facilities and equipment, including shackle lines. Also, which is sort of a big topic of debate, that the stunning methods here that failed to ensure rapid and effective loss of consciousness and sensibility. So this site is a stun site, and they're not stunning the animals properly. But even if they were stunned, they are still taking those animals' lives away from them. They also had major non-compliance for environmental hygiene and good hygiene practices. So I really dread to think what it looks like beyond those facilities. I would dread to think the conditions that those animals are in.
We can go
Put
to
number one in the chat. Put number one in the comments if you're vegan. Put number two, type 2 in the chat if you're open to learning more about what happens inside these facilities and to being vegan. And put a 3 in the chat if you're here just to troll the comments. Put number 1 if you're vegan, 2 if you're open to learning more, and put a 3 in the chat if you're just here to troll people. So as we see, hopefully some trucks will be coming soon so we can show you the reality, and we know it's going to be a busy day, so hopefully we capture that on the live stream.
I'm really
upset. We don't
upset
want any trucks coming here to at all or to any of these facilities, and that's why we're
currently
here to try and stop that.
I'm on meds for pain relief. I'm not
being in the chat.
fully
Really
with it at the moment, as many of
If
you
you double
probably
tap the
can
screen as
tell.
well, if everyone could just double
Unusual
tap the
self.
screen, it helps get this video shown to more and more people.
Pain
If
is
you can't
immense.
double tap,
I'm not
hit
gonna
that
lie,
like
it's
button.
shooting
It
down my
massively
back
helps
and
the
into
algorithm show
my
this more and
neck
more.
and my back.
So
My
we've got
muscles
lots of
so
activists
tense.
here behind us. Let me just show you. So we've
Yeah.
got David here, the 40-year-old vegan. He's live streaming. We've got It's Mel and Steve in front of us here.
I work at a
activists.
slaughterhouse.
We've got the Happy Hippie streaming, and we've
I
also
make
got
sure there's no
Gloria
rods
streaming
or
as well.
sticks
So we've
and
got
keep
multiple
the animals
activists here
calm.
today, and we're here to expose you,
What,
show you
what,
the
what do
public
you
what's
do to
happening,
the animals?
and we're going to document that live.
Keep them calm for what
So-
reason? Why would they not be calm?
As people get triggered when they drive past,
Think about it.
you know, putting their hands in the air. A lot of people don't realise we speak to people as they walk past.
Anyway, I wish I was
No
there.
idea what is behind these gates. I have no
I've
idea.
got a camper that I'm working on right now, a camper van, so I can actually turn up at these events the day before, sleep over there,
And these are the trucks, these are the facilities.
More of that to come,
Dozens
I promise
and
you, that
dozens
will
and
come.
dozens of
We're going to be
animals
doing
being
mad stuff
uploaded.
like that on this channel. I'm going to tell you that. We're going to do some mad stuff.
Please do put a number 1 in the comments if you're vegan. Type a number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Type a number 2 in the chat if you're open to learning more about being vegan. And type a number 3 in the chat if you're just here to troll, if you're just here.
Meat tastes better
if
than
you just
what?
like animals and you don't care about them.
Then what?
What I would ask
Then
is that
shit?
if anyone's in this chat, have you ever been to a slaughterhouse before? Let me put a poll in the chat and just see what the census is like. Let's put a poll up.
Meat tastes better. Well, I'm sorry, it doesn't.
So, just started a poll. I'd be really interested to see if everyone in the chat, if you have seen slaughterhouse footage.
Tastiest
Now,
meals
whether
I've
that,
ever
I very
had.
much doubt you would have actually gone inside one of these places
After I
because
went
they
vegan,
keep it so locked
without a
down.
shadow of a
But
doubt.
have you ever seen a video of
What
it?
do
Have
you
seen a
add to
video,
meat to make
on
it taste
Instagram, of
nice?
YouTube? Have you ever
Herbs and
seen actually
spices, which are
happens
what?
inside these places?
Plants. How can you say
If you
that meat
have,
tastes better
what happened? What did it make you
than
feel?
plants, which are the herbs and spices that you use to make meat taste better? Like, think about it.
So, Killer Dog, I work on a farm and yes, we slaughter animals. So, do you not have
Absolutely.
any sort of sense of
Vehicle,
compassion?
you know,
feeling?
death
You're
also,
basically,
it's
you know,
not
breathing
just
those animals,
adrenaline
spending
that
time with
shoots
those
into the
animals.
animal's body.
And then
There
you're
are all
slaughtering
sorts
them.
of
Surely
different
that
chemicals that the
ultimate
brain
form of
produces when
betrayal.
you are dying
Do you not
that
feel
shoot
guilty
into
for
the
the
animal's
animal's life
body.
that you're
And
taking
then
away?
you eat those chemicals,
13 votes
which are the
and
chemicals that
overwhelming
you will
majority of
produce
people
when
that
you
have actually
die.
seen slaughterhouse
So you're
footage, which
essentially
surprises
eating
me
and
because a lot of the true crime fighters who
simulating the
haven't really
death
seen what happens
hormones and
inside
death
the
chemicals that
slaughterhouses.
come from an animal. Like you're
So,
eating that and
yeah,
you are
let's see,
getting
I
those
worked
chemicals in
in
your
a
body. You are
slaughterhouse
simulating that. And it's not a wonder people
So,
are dying
I
left,
mean,
right, and centre from
I'm sorry to
cancer and
hear
everything else.
Claire. And how did that come about? Were you forced into doing that? Because as we know, we've got David here, who's actually an ex-slaughterhouse inspector. And he talks through all the psychological harm, the PTSD that people suffer from working inside these places. And being such a young age of 16, that must have probably really affected you. So yeah, I hope that you're okay, and I hope that you're obviously not working there anymore. So Killer Dog said,
My
no, because
emotions.
that is what they are meant for.
Don't have
Animals are
emotions.
not meant for anything. They are meant to live just like you and I.
All I've
They are
just
no
said
more
is
food
fact.
than you and I. We shouldn't be exploiting
I don't
them just like
understand
we
what you
shouldn't
mean,
exploit
then.
one
Be
another.
clearer. Plenty
Claire
of time
SC,
for you
I've
to
been
write
vegan now
comments. I'm not
since.
going anywhere.
Wow. So, I mean, I can see exactly why, because, and that was the same as David here, an ex-slaughterhouse inspector. He obviously couldn't, he went inside, saw the atrocities, and couldn't work in that industry anymore. And I imagine that's what happened with you, Claire, that when you see what happens to those animals, the blood, the feces, even the way that the animals are just thrown about on a conveyor belt and just treated as these products, I'm
Yeah.
not surprised that people don't, you know, if everyone, just that famous phrase, isn't it? You know, if slaughterhouses had glass walls, everyone would be vegan. And Ben from Berlin says, I've been vegan since 2012. I mean, and out of interest, Ben from Berlin, so what was it that made you vegan in 2012? I'm 40, only worked there for 6 months. Yeah, I mean, it must have been an absolutely awful time for you, Claire. I really dread to think what is happening. Just the security, I think, are just causing some dialogue back there. All right, just going to capture this. I think there's some stuff going on. Just going to document this because looks like security are just coming out. So it was to see the crimes we commit against animals. I don't want to be complicit in it.
Exactly that. Crimes that we're committing against animals, 100%.
Someone says you're. Oh, sorry, the chat's. Yeah, keep posting comments in the chat. I'm going to pick up the questions, just seeing what's going on here. So they're actually opening the gate now. So this is a truck coming out right now. You can see the size of the trucks, how many animals they squeeze inside.
Huge trucks.
These are the people transporting them. These are the trucks where the animals will be on. Disgusting, disgraceful.
Absolutely disgraceful.
Those poor animals that have to endure that.
2026, thousands of years after the dawn of civilization, and we're still doing this. Are you fucking joking? The arrogance of vegans. How arrogant are you to think that you're entitled to take an animal's life? You disgusting person.
Halcyon Tonic says, I've been pescatarian for about 5 years.
Arrogance of vegans. You are the most arrogant
I'd ask
person
you,
here.
so
Not
why,
only
firstly, why did you go pescatarian? And secondly, what difference is it, you know, from an animal such as a cow, a pig, or a chicken, and a fish?
King
they both have,
Fire,
you know, families, they have
chat,
sentience, they have the capacity to feel pain and suffering.
that
So
murders animals
I'd highly recommend, if you're pescatarian, go and watch a documentary called
He
Seaspiracy.
is the epiphany of arrogance.
Please, right, as more and more people are coming to this chat now, type a 1 in the comments if you're vegan. Type a number 2 in the chat if you're open to learning more.
We
type
don't
number
need to
3
harm
in the
anyone
chat
for
if
any
you're here
reason.
just to troll.
And you've got people like this coming in
1
here
in the chat if
telling
you're
me
vegan,
I'm
2 in the
arrogant,
chat if you're open to
or
learning,
Alex
3
here
if
is
you're a troll.
arrogant because they're vegan.
So Killer Dog says,
How
what do you
dare
eat
you,
then?
you
So, we as
disgusting
vegans just
person.
consume plant-based diets. So we don't consume animal flesh that's had to be bolt gun to their head and have their throat sliced open. We just eat plants. And most of the food that people eat is already vegan. So, you know, fruits, vegetables, beans, legumes, pasta, bread, rice, hash browns, you know, these are already vegan foods because they don't contain animal products and they don't contain any sort of animal flesh and secretions. And we've got plant-based milks, you've got oat milk, soy milk, coconut milk, pea milk, macadamia milk, hazelnut milk. There's a variety of milks that you can have out there. Limey seems to think that they are a plant. Interesting. Yeah, pea protein, exactly. There's nothing natural about meat. Someone just said unnatural meat. There is nothing natural about consuming the lives of these animals. When we breed them into their billions, we send them into gas chambers, And to slaughterhouses like this, where they have their throats sliced open, what on earth is natural and normal about that? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So still, there's 40 people have voted, and still an overwhelming majority have seen inside the slaughterhouse. And what I would say is those 62% of people that have, I would assume that they'd all be vegan now. I don't know if that's the case, but I assume they would all be vegan. Because truly, how could you see what happens to those animals? And then still
I'm sorry. How is saying that you work at a slaughterhouse a joke? What is funny about saying that you work at a slaughterhouse? What is funny about that? I'm completely missing. Are you okay? Have you been up all night getting on the sauce? What on earth are you on about?
The industry does so well to try and disconnect you.
Masa, hello from Japan. Hello, Japan. Hello, Japan. You are live on a UK stream in England, near London. Thank you for joining us. Much appreciated. I'm going to mess this up, but is it Konnichiwa?
With the money
Say
that they
goodbye. I
voted
don't
to
know. It's the only Japanese I can think of on the top of my head. I'm sorry.
By living vegan, you can save
But thank you
over
for
200
joining
animals
us.
per year. 200 animal lives.
Anyway, go hunting. Oh, anyway, go kill animals yourself. No thanks. I could not give a toss what you say, King. You are an absolute mega troll. You've turned up here with your actual crap comment and your stupid joke that no one found funny. Not a single person found funny. Mate, I'm telling you now, you are the most boring, arrogant, scummy person I've ever spoken to on this on live before. You come in and say that you worked at a slaughterhouse, and then later on say, "Oh, but I was joking." How is that a joke? You're in a vegan's live stream. Like people that actually care about animals, and you're standing in there taking the piss, saying that you work in a slaughterhouse, a place that systematically kills and murders millions of animals every year. What sort of idiot are you? Just get out. Just leave.
There's only a few countries left, and this country in England is
What
still
on
one.
earth?
Wales and Scotland have just decided to ban.
Insane. It's not just us. You're live on multiple networks. Yeah, it might be just us on YouTube.
Same with horse racing. These things.
And not only that, there's hundreds of people going to watch this afterwards. What are you on about?
Pretty much in horse racing, an animal dies every
It's
other
just
day
us.
on a racetrack. And in greyhound racing, a greyhound dies
Bore
once.
off.
One dog dies every 3 days, and that's just on the racetracks alone. They keep a freezer on the side of a racetrack in case a dog basically gets an injury and has to be essentially killed. So animal exploitation and people being vegan is about the whole way that we oppress animals.
Care to meet? Yeah, that's what you're going to resort to, is it? Is that what you're going to resort to? Because you can't win an intellectual fight, so you're going to try to resort to a punchy fisty. Are you trying to incite violence? Are you threatening me? Is that what you're doing? Or are you trying to organise a legitimate MMA fight, boxing fight? Which one is it? What one do you want to do?
They shoot mother cows in the face all day long here, my guy.
So he's retiring. I guess that's
Care
good.
to meet
Don't blame
him?
him.
I'll meet me in person.
Early retirement.
Come and meet me in person.
Yeah.
No problem.
Absolutely.
No problem.
Oh my God, the smell is just...
So we've just heard there that the security guard is actually deciding to retire. I mean, there's been a lot of pressure from activists recently at this site, and to be honest, maybe that is what's made him wake up to the fact that, you know, the job that he's doing as a security guard here is just enabling these animals to be taken to slaughter. He's protecting the industry, he's supporting the industry, and you know, if they didn't have security guards, if they didn't have slaughterhouse workers, the animals wouldn't be killed. We shouldn't be, you know, working in jobs. And
Your
supporting
comments
these
are being
industries
posted to my
when
social
it's just
media
completely
profile.
unnecessary. Stray Mike, why is an American there?
Let's
Jump
say, no,
ship?
I'm
I mean,
not
what a
for it,
hateful
that's
and
not
hurtful
grasp.
comment.
Let's like,
What,
no, no,
what a
support.
silly comment to say, why is there someone from another country here? There's so much hate on these chats. Is people from other countries not allowed in this country? So Killer Dog saying, insects die from your plants getting harvested. Do you not care about insects? So I'll answer that question in two parts. Number one, do you care about insects? But number two, plants Crops are
You
grown, so
back
plant
on
crops are
plants.
grown by their masses to feed animals. If you really cared about insects, you'd be vegan. We don't live in a perfect vegan world where no animal is harmed, but that isn't the premise
Mate,
of being vegan. Being vegan means to not
message.
purposely exploit those
This is
animals.
hilarious.
The fact is we grow far more
Where's
crops
the chat?
to kill, we grow far more crops to feed to animals than we do to have as human consumption. So we would drastically reduce the number of insects that would be killed by going vegan. So we could rewild 3/4 of the land used for arable farming across the world. 3/4, so 75%, we could rewild back to land. Think about how much better that would be for the world. Dan said being vegan is to deny what your body requires. So Dan, what is it that our bodies require that we can't get from a plant-based diet? Because I can tell you that there is nothing that we are missing when we decide to not consume animal products. You can get absolutely every bit of nutrition on a healthy plant-based diet. This is proven by the British Dietetic Association, the American Dietetic Association, even the World Health Organization have declared that red meats and processed meats are a class 1 carcinogen. Like people are putting bacon in the chat, that is a class 1 carcinogen known to directly have a causal link to cancer, the same as tobacco, cigarettes.
Shoveling shit.
So please put number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, put number 2 in the chat if you're open to learning more.
Feminist as well, is that what you're saying?
So what I'm going to do is just show you around. So we've got a few more activists here. We've got Gloria, we've got the Happy Hippie, we've got David Magner, who's an ex-slaughterhouse inspector. He is now a vegan activist and he is now speaking up for the animals. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, number 2 in the chat if you're open to learning more.
Wow.
And if you could double tap the screen and hit that like button, this video will get shown to more and more people. It just helps the algorithm. So please double tap that screen and hit the like button. And if you're not already, also feel free to subscribe. And now here we have Mel and Steve as well, relentless activists that are here all the time. They are here to expose the horrors and do so very often. If you have probably seen them on their live streams as well. So what I'm going to do.
Now guys, let me tell you why we're here today.
Animal
Aid have got a report of this very industry behind us. And not only this industry, this very facility. This is AB2 Guildford. Now back in 2025, FSA came here and they run their audit, they run the report, and they found huge minor and major compromises that conducted are in a general satisfactory.
Right, please support Islam, no. Please support Palestine, yes. It is pro-animals, me too, good stuff. Pro-HBQTI, I don't know what that is. Pro-women's rights, good, yeah, me too. Pro-human rights, me too. Pro-abortion, okay. Still on the fence. An anti-death penalty. Religion. What is that? There's no such thing as a religion. Not a single religion is based on this. Every single one of them have got their roots in extreme violence and manipulation and controlling of the people. There's only one person who came to abolish religion, and that person sorry mate, I'm not I've got research.
I would say that food truck was a slave container that brought slaves to their death. The reason why I say that is to me a slave is someone who has a number, not a name, someone who's food is in control, where the sleep, where they stand, where they walk, where they live is control, when they work, when they rest is control.
Oh, they are.
Control over their life.
Oh, they're not right. Thank you. Do they? Two-way? Which ones think that the sun's gone out their arse while living on the rooftop? I don't know. I mean, you could grow your own food in the garden if you because you don't eat plants.
Wait, what?
Vegans on this one.
Austin, why are they in there?
What the fuck?
Let's go live. On TikTok.
What's inside the van?
Maybe we need to let Vivera know that their name's on a truck coming out of the slaughterhouse. More life, less meat while it rolls out of the slaughterhouse. What the hell's happening?
What the fuck? What the?
Alex, you're allowed to swear on your live stream, Alex. Don't swear, bro.
They do not care who they exploit for their profit margins. One in the chat, if you're vegan. Two in the chat, if you're not vegan, but you don't care, but you care about animals. And put 6, 7 in the chat, if you're an anti-vegan.
I've been live on this account for so long.
And that truck that just came out of there, that's Vivera branding all over it. Vivera is a plant-based vegan product. Why the hell is that coming out of the slaughterhouse? We need to investigate this further. We will not let that slip or slide. We'll look into that.
Bonjour everybody, welcome back to this live stream. Not been live on TikTok for a long time, very long time. We are actually currently live and watching some live streams that are going on in Guildford, Surrey, just southwest of London, and I'm just currently trying to sort out a little way of just letting you guys see what I'm seeing. It's all talking about what we're seeing. It's just people outside slaughterhouses doing some live streams. Now, let's see if I can get the state of the art technology. Yes, I do have tripods around me, but I'm thinking that this might be better because it's a bit sturdy. I'll put that. Good. Okay, good stuff. All right. Welcome one and all. Don't forget to spam that like. If you're just passing through for a second, just spam that like for me. Let's get people. Oh, dear. Oh my God. What am I doing? Just bashed my monitor, turned the stream off. Hello? No, stop doing. Why are you doing that? What is going on?
For even having major welfare breaches. So, major failings for animals included 6 major failings.
We're getting there.
So these are basically major non-compliances. So animals were exposed to avoidable pain, distress, or suffering during the killing process.
I'm meant to
There was
be there.
improper handling and movement of animals, including risks from misuse of instruments.
Well, it was this
There
morning.
was inadequate and poorly maintained restraining facilities and equipment, including shackle lines. Also, which is sort of a big topic of debate, the stunning methods here that failed to ensure rapid and effective loss of
stand outside all day.
So this site is a stunned site, and they're not stunning the animals properly.
So,
even if they were stunned, they are still taking those animals' lives away from them.
I can still go live.
They also had major non-compliance for environmental hygiene and good hygiene practices. So I really dread to think what it looks like beyond those facilities. I would dread to think the conditions that those animals
if you're
are
passing through, give me
put number 1 in the chat. Put number 1 in the comments if you're vegan.
And,
put number 2.
Spam
Type
like
2 in the
for
chat
me as
if
you
you're
pass
open to
through.
learning
That'd be
more
much
about what happens
appreciated.
inside these
Even though you
facilities.
don't have a
and
clue
being
what I'm
vegan.
talking about and
And
why
put
I'm
a
there.
3 in the chat if you're here just to troll the comments. Put number 1 if you're vegan, 2 if you're open to learning more, and put a 3 in the chat if you're just here to troll people.
If you want to ask any questions or have a chat
as
and
we
do
see,
something,
hopefully some
please
trucks
do
will be
so.
coming soon,
Feel
so
free.
we can show you the reality. And we know it's going to be a busy day, so hopefully
Nice
we
one
capture
for
that on the
joining,
live
everybody.
stream.
Thanks
Of course, we
for
don't want
coming.
any
Bye for a
trucks
few
coming here
seconds.
to at all or
Just
to any of these
quick
facilities,
swap.
and that's why we're here to try and stop that from
It
happening.
goes to you guys on YouTube.
Thanks, Ben from Berlin, for being in the chat. Really appreciate it. If you double tap the screen as well, if everyone could just double tap the screen, it helps get this video shown to more and more people. And if you can't double tap, hit that like button. It just massively helps the algorithm show this more and more. So we've got lots of activists here behind us. Let me just show you. So we've got David here, the 40-year-old vegan. He's live streaming. We've got It's Mel and Steve in front of us here, brilliant activists. We've got the Happy Hippie streaming, and we've also got Gloria streaming as well. So we've got multiple activists here today, and we're here to expose you, or show you, the public, what is happening, and we're going to document that live. So,
can we turn this screen around while we're
as
live?
people get triggered when they drive past, you know, putting their hands in the air. A lot of people don't realise, we speak to people as they walk past, and they have no idea what is behind these gates. They have no idea.
Technology. Don't look at my wires. Don't look at the wires. It's embarrassing enough. Right.
And these are the trucks. These are the facilities.
Can I just share this live stream?
Animals will be offloaded.
Is that possible?
Please do put a number 1 in the comments if you're vegan. Type a number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Type a number 2 in the chat if you're open to learning more about being vegan. And type
Can I share
in the chat
a page that I'm looking at
because
while I'm
you
looking at
animals and you don't care about them.
Oh dear.
What I would ask is that if anyone's in this chat, have you ever been to a slaughterhouse before?
I don't know.
Let me put a poll in the chat and just see what the census is like.
Let's see if I can get closer.
Put a poll up.
Put you on the desk itself and see if that's any better.
So,
there they go.
Just started a poll. It'd be really interesting to see if everyone in the chat, if you have seen slaughterhouse footage. Now, whether that's, I very much doubt you would have actually gone inside one of these places because they keep it so locked down. But have you ever seen a video of it? Have you seen a video, you know, on Instagram, of YouTube? Have you ever seen actually what happens inside these places? And if you have, what happened? What did it make you feel? So, Killer Dog, I work on a farm and yes, we slaughter animals. So, do you not have any sort of sense of compassion and feelings? If you're actually physically, you know, breeding those animals, spending time with those animals,
what is that happening?
And then you're slaughtering them, surely that is
my mouse now all of a sudden decided to permanently scroll down.
Do you not feel guilty for the animals' lives that you're taking away? 13 votes, and the overwhelming majority of people that have actually seen slaughterhouse footage, which surprises me because a lot of the people I speak to haven't really seen what happens inside these slaughterhouses. So Claire LFC said, I worked in a slaughterhouse at the age of 16. So that, I mean, I'm sorry to hear that Claire. And how did that come about? Were you forced into doing that? Because as we know, we've got David here, who's actually an ex-slaughterhouse inspector. And he talks through all the psychological harm, the PTSD that people suffer from working inside these places. And being such a young age of 16, that must have probably really affected you. So, yeah, I hope that you're okay, and I hope that you're obviously not working there anymore. So Killer Dog said no, because that is what they are meant for. Animals are not meant for anything. They are meant to live just like you and I. They are no more food than you and I. We shouldn't be exploiting them just like we shouldn't exploit one another. Why? Because, and that was the same as David here, an ex-slaughterhouse inspector, and couldn't work in that industry anymore. And I imagine that's what happened with you, Claire, that when you see what happens to those animals, the blood, the feces, even the way that the animals are just thrown about on a conveyor belt and just treated as these products, I'm not surprised that people don't, you know, if everyone, it's that famous phrase, isn't it? You know, if slaughterhouses had glass walls, everyone would be vegan. And Ben from Berlin says, I've been vegan since 2012. I mean, and out of interest, Ben from Berlin, so what was it that made you vegan in 2012? I'm 40, only worked there for 6 months. Yeah, I mean, it must have been an absolutely awful time for you, Claire. I really dread to think what is happening. Just the security, I think, are just causing some dialogue back there. All right, just going to capture this. I think there's some stuff going on.
Reproduced content.
Just going to document this because looks like security are just coming out. So, if it was to see the crimes we commit against animals, I don't want to be complicit in it.
Oh, I'm there. That's why. Crazy. Right, okay. So, fair enough. For whatever reason, TikTok...
Sorry, the chat, keep posting comments in the chat.
TikTok has decided to pause clips and stuff. Not that I'll get any anyway. I'm not that worried about
coming out right now.
What I am worried about, though, is talking about veganism. Let's talk about why that's an issue. Why should we be talking about veganism today? Why should anybody be vegan? What's the point in veganism? If you guys want to actually... If you guys actually want to talk,
disgraceful.
If you guys want to say anything about veganism, if you guys want
poor animals that have to endure
yeah,
that.
yeah, I agree with it. I don't agree with it. I'm just here to troll, whatever it is. Just mention something in the comments and let's talk about it. So potentially we can have some guests on. We're here for the next 2 hours, so let's talk about it. What do you want to talk about? In the background, we've got an Activism live activists at the slaughterhouse.
Tonic says, I've been pescatarian for about 5 years.
Let's discuss things.
So I'd ask you, so firstly, why did you go pescatarian?
You want to see what I'm seeing?
And secondly, what difference is it,
about the,
you know, from an animal
live activism at slaughterhouses and YouTube,
they both have families, they have sentience,
vegan.
They have the capacity to feel pain and suffering.
So vegan.
I'd highly recommend, if you're pescatarian, go and watch a documentary called Seaspiracy.
If you want to talk here. Why not? Say something. Feel free to.
Please, right, as more and more people are coming to this chat now, type a 1 in the comments if you're vegan. Type a number 2 in the chat if you're open to learning more. And type number 3 in the chat if you're here just to troll.
Why should you be vegan?
1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open to learning, 3 if you're a troll. So Killer Dog says, what do you eat then? So, you know, we as vegans just consume plant-based diets. So we don't consume animal flesh that's had to be gone to the head.
Oh, Angelica Vegana. Welcome.
We just eat plants. And most of the food that people eat is already vegan. So, you know, fruits, vegetables, beans, legumes, pasta, bread, rice, hash browns, you know, these are already vegan foods because they don't contain...
How are you? How's things going? So, yeah, so at the minute we're just looking to hit love.
And we got
screen, hit some love, some love hearts going. Let's get the conversation rolling. What made you vegan, Angelica? Why did you go vegan? What was the thing that turned you from eating meat to not eating meat?
Pea protein, exactly. There's nothing natural about meat. Someone just said unnatural meat. There is nothing natural about consuming the lives of these animals when we breed them into their billions. We send them into gas chambers and into slaughterhouses like this where they have their throats sliced open. What on earth is natural and normal about that? Absolutely nothing.
Similar looking guys.
Absolutely nothing.
Mothers.
So still, there's 40 people have voted, and still an overwhelming majority have seen inside the slaughterhouse. And what I would say is those 62% of people that
I would
assume that they'd all be vegan now. I don't know if that's the case, but I assume they would all be vegan.
During or before lockdown.
Because truly, how could you see what happens to those animals and then still decide to pay for it? And ultimately,
well
that's
done,
what
Jay.
happens.
Well done, Jay.
If you're consuming
nice one, much
products,
appreciated.
Top their bodies, their
what
flesh,
sent you vegan, Jay? What was the
restaurants and in cafes?
What was the tipping point for you?
You
For me, it
are
was
directly
I was looking at my
for
dog.
these animals coming into these facilities to be killed. You are unfortunately
halfway
directly
to
responsible,
vegan anyway.
which
I was
the industry does so well to try and disconnect you from.
Let's turn that mixed up thing. So for me, it was like I was halfway on my way to veganism anyway. I'd already dropped out a lot of meats. I'd already dropped out a lot of fish, things like that. And I was actually watching documentaries like Game Changers and Cowspiracy, and then watched Dominion, and that actually sent me vegan. So before I was plant-based, and then I went vegan. So I was like heading towards veganism, and then after watching Dominion, I was like, no, that's it. I've got to be a vegan. Not only have I got to be a vegan, but I've also got to be a vegan activist. Like, it's not enough to be vegan. You know, being vegan is just not doing any more harm. Being a vegan activist is trying to reverse, like not trying to reverse because you've already eaten these poor animals, but like if you can save as many animals as you ate, at least that puts you then on an equal footing. So for me, it was like, I've got to be a vegan activist. I've got to do something. I've got to say something. I've got to, make some social media channels. So we've got YouTube, we've got Game Vegan, which is my gamer tag. So, I used the YouTube channel Game Vegan for gaming, but that didn't really work out too well. People weren't really interested in my gaming. I'm not very good. You know what I mean? So then I started Vegan Hub, which Vegan Hub is well on its way. Like I've got some major projects out in the way this last 12 months, and new flooring, new kitchen, like I've built an office, like the office is well underway. Like if you look around, like the place is an actual tip, because of all the works that's going on, the building works and stuff. But I've got a stealth van as well, which I'm building for Activism. So these things are on their way, and they're actually coming to conclusion. Finally, I'm finishing things. My ADHD brain didn't let me finish things much, but it is finally now. Rescue guinea pigs for me, seeing their different personalities. Then Earthlings, yes, Earthlings and Dominion are the same thing, I think. I actually, Jay, when did you watch Earthlings? Because I think Earthlings is the website. I'll tell you how it was. It was Mike Love. A friend of mine said to me, listen to Mike Love. He's got some, and it was, I'm going on a permanent holiday. I'm going outside to play. I ain't gonna fade away. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever heard of Mike Love, but Mike Love, Permanent Holiday. Wow, what a song. Bought the album because I was so impressed. And then on another one of his, and another song on the album is Earth. I can't remember what it's called, but it says www.earthlings.com. And I was like, what's that? I'm a web designer, so I was interested. ADHD all the way, I know, distraction. And then I was like, okay, earthlings.com. So that's how I actually ended up watching the Dominion movie. It might have been the Earthlings documentary. I'm not sure if they're actually two different things or not, but they're identical. They're both narrated by Joaquin Phoenix. They're both pretty much the same content. So yeah, same for me, man. Earthlings.com. Earthlings.com. Interesting, that, isn't it? How many people found the same solutions. I watched Earthlings documentary in 2016 with Joaquin Phoenix. There you go, man. There you go. Yeah, awesome. That's fucking awesome, bro. That's awesome. So you've been vegan 10 years.
So
Jay's
Philip,
been
you're
vegan
saying
10
insects die
years.
from your
Well
own
done, bro.
cinematography.
One
Do
of
you
my
care about
biggest regrets is not
So
being
answer that
vegan
question
longer.
in two parts.
Like, I
Number one,
wish
do
I'd
you
gone
care about
vegan years ago.
insects? But number two, plants, crops are grown, so plant crops are
Yeah,
grown by
Angelica,
their
I got
masses,
my ADHD
animals.
diagnosis in
We don't
November.
really
Top
care about
98
insects
percentile on
if you're vegan.
tests. Absolute
We don't live
friggin'
in a
off the
perfect
chart
vegan world
ADHD.
where no animal is harmed. But that isn't the premise of
That's
being
why
vegan.
I've got so
Being
many
vegan
projects
means to
on the
not
go. But
purposefully exploit those animals.
spiraling in the year,
Places we grow
like I said,
far more
2019, 2000,
to
just
kill,
spiraling into a mad
we
depression
grow far
because of
more
the
crops
realization and the
animals than we
awakening of
do
all that I've done to
have those
harm
human
animals.
consumption.
You know,
So
like
we would
look at
drastically
look at this. This is a
the
pig
number
farm,
of
I think.
insects that
This
we
is
kill
this
by
is the
going
very
vegan.
beginning of this
So
is the
we
very
could
beginning
rewild
of
3/4 of the land
Dominion.
used for arable farming across the world.
Look how many
We could
animals
say
there are there.
75%. We could
And
rewild
like
that to
for me, I
land.
was
Think
like
about how much better that would be for the world.
spiraling into depression because of all that I'd done, you know, and
But
how
being vegan
many
isn't gonna
animals
deny
I'd
what your body
killed. And
requires. So Dan,
I had
what
my
is
little
it
dog
that
Jade,
our
who was
bodies
15.
require
She was
that we
15,
can't
and
get
she
from a plant-based diet? 'Cause I
was
can
getting
tell you that
old
there
and
is
really frosty
nothing
faced
that
and
we are
you know,
missing
arthritic
when we
and
decide
couldn't
to
do
not
what she used to
consume
do
animal
anymore. And I used
products.
to look down
We
at
have
her and think to
absolutely
myself,
every
how on
incentive to
earth can I be a
transition on a
how on
healthy
earth can I
plant-based
love
diet.
the
This
dog
is
but
proven
not
by the British
any other
Dietetics
animal?
Association, the
So
American
yeah, it
Dietetics
was a simple
Association,
step for me.
even
It
the
was
World
super
Health
simple transition.
Organization have declared
Already
that
going
red
vegan
meat and
anyway.
processed meats are a class 1
Watched
carcinogen.
Earthlings,
Like chocolate
absolutely
and bacon
bawled
and
my
eggs,
eyes out
that is a
through the whole
class 1
thing.
carcinogen,
To the
known to
point where I was
directly
actually
have
like
a causal
sobbing. I
impact
could
on
have been on the
cancer,
floor
same as
sobbing. You know,
tobacco
I was that
cigarettes.
devastated by it, and it seriously depressed me for like
So please
2
put number
years.
1 in the chat if you're
And then
vegan, put number 2 in the chat if you're open to learning
on the
more.
other side of that difficult time, I ain't gonna lie, I still get
So
upset
1
thinking
for the
about
2,
that
just
documentary
show
now.
you around. So we've got
On the other
a
side of
few
that
more activists
depression, I
here.
came out of
We've
it
got
and I
Gloria, we've
was
got the
like
Happy Hippie, we've
absolutely
got David
friggin'
Mackner, who's an
determined,
ex-slaughterhouse
absolutely
inspector.
friggin'
He is now a
determined to do
vegan
something
activist,
about it,
and
to the
he's now
point
speaking
where
over
I
the
built a
animals.
website, built some
So number
channels,
1 in
went
the chat
out,
if you're
met loads
vegan,
of
number 2 in the chat if you're
activists
open to
and
learning
become
more.
like a high profile
And if you could
activist
double tap
myself.
the screen,
I
double tap
work
the
now
screen
with,
and hit that
I've done
like
like
button, this
last
video
year I
gets shown
worked
to more
7
people
times
in
with
this healthy
Peter
algorithm. So please
doing
double tap that
activism
screen and hit the
events.
like button. And if you're not
I
already,
started We
also
the
feel
Free
free to subscribe.
Essex, which
And
is
now
like a
here we
big
have Ben and Steve
region,
as well.
and I've got
Relentless
some
activists
awesome
that are here
friends
all the
working
time. They
We
are
the Free
here
Essex now.
to expose
Shout
the
out to
horrors
Stuart.
and do so very often. If you've probably seen them on their live streams as well.
What else? We the Free Kent. I've been doing that for a long time. Shout out to Ella and Bambi, Rio, like everyone down there. You know who you are. You know, I love you. Then working with Mel and Steve, working with Joey Carbstrong, loads of stuff. So yeah, and then like meeting all you guys as well, and how many times I've met everybody in London and stuff. Like just, yeah, going vegan was easy. Going vegan was an easy decision for me. So easy. I literally saw the footage and went, boom. Yeah. Yeah, we do. AAC. I don't know what that is. I ain't gonna lie, Angelica. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I'm not really 100% sure what that is, but this weekend, if it's this weekend, potentially not. I haven't got any plans for this weekend. However, where are you based, Angelica? Are you in the south? Are you in England? In the south of England? I was meant to go to ABP today. I'm actually really pissed that I couldn't go. I am seriously pissed off. Animals Activist Collective. Oh, that's cool. I like the sound of that. You can't hear me? Have you not been able to hear me the whole time? Or am I just getting quieter because I'm casually chatting away? Did I turn down my volume? How's that? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. Drop me a like or thumbs up. Drop me a thumbs up, chat. Can you hear me? Yeah, it might have been me as well. I ramble on and then start getting quieter and quieter and quieter. So fair play to remind me. Fair play. Yeah, I haven't got any plans to go to AAC this weekend. If I'm honest, I'm finishing off things and I'm actually making a massive dent into my camper van this weekend. I'm going to be installing the. Do I need to install the solar panel right now? I probably don't need to install the solar panel right now, but it's something I want to do. I've actually run out of funds. I'm not going to lie. I've run out of funds. I bought the camper van for Activism. I bought a battery. I've bought so many different bits and bobs. I could actually just get on with doing the interior, but then I actually have run out of money for the what's it called? The silver lining on the inside. What's it called? Insulation. I've run out of money for the sound deadening and the insulation, so I need to buy those. I need to. I'm about £400 short, I think, of actually having the whole Activism wagon online. Somebody in the YouTube chat has said liberals love to restrict things that don't affect them. What do we think? How silly do we think that comment is? Liberals love to restrict things that don't affect them. I've just explained for the last 20-30 minutes how it does affect me, how it has affected me. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, awesome. Huh? Why is that Vivera van pulling out of that?
What the fuck? What the?
There's a Vivera van pulling out of the slaughterhouse.
If you don't care about animals, this is propaganda and lies at its best. Smoke and mirrors for the consumer. The consumer is never told the truth or the reality. All that the industry care about is profit margins. They do not care who they exploit for this profit margins. One in the chat if you're vegan, two in the chat if you're not vegan, but you don't care, but you care about animals. I've got 6 steps in the chat if you're an anti-vegan. Like and share, hit the double tap on the screen. Animals are being brought in this building behind us here to die. That truck that just came out of there, that's Vivera branding all over it. Vivera is a plant-based vegan product. Why the hell is that coming out of a slaughterhouse? We need to investigate this further. We will not let that slip or slide. We'll look into that. But guys,
Right, so we just saw.
The building behind me, behind this guy.
There you go. Vivera, Vivera. Oh.
What's inside the van?
Maybe we need to let Vivera know that their name's on a truck coming out of the slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
What the freaking heck is going on?
That's weird. Why is
Wait, what?
Everyone's
Oscar? Why are they in there?
What the fuck?
Right. 1 second. Let me get this. Let me just get a Let me get a screenshot of this. Yeah, this is their live project, which I'm meant to be there today. But basically, I've got a wisdom tooth coming through, and it is, and not only that, but this chair that I use potentially not ergonomic for whatever reason. And it's caused massive back pain and neck pain. So it's like, yeah. Right, hang on a sec. Vivera, ABP Foods. Vivera Slaughterhouse. Dutch-based company produces plant-based meat alternatives and currently one of Europe's largest producers as this sector. Vivera was owned by, while Vivera's products are plant-based, it's owned by JBS, a company with significant involvement in livestock slaughterhouses. What the fuck? This connection has led to criticism regarding ethical hypocrisy because profits from Vivera ultimately benefit a major meat producer. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Hang on a minute. Let me just shut this Muppet up. Where? Muppet, right? Over here. L-O-U, right? Whatever your freaking name is. Why don't you shut up? Talking absolute crap, right? Like, you're literally watching footage of a slaughterhouse where millions and millions of animals are killed with their liberty, their freedom, their lives taken away from them. And you're talking about what am I advocating for because that's caused restriction for my liberty. What on earth are you on about? Mate, get a grip with yourself. Stop murdering baby animals, you weirdo, right? You fetish-stricken weirdo, yeah? It's okay for nature to slaughter animals for food, but humans can't. No, they can't. Because why do we need to? In nature, animals need to do that because if they don't, they'll die. You've got a supermarket down the road, mate, mug off. You ain't going to call me names. See you later. Go time out. Tatty boy. You want to see a bitch? Look in the mirror. Right. Are you live on YouTube? I'm confused. Yes, I'm live on YouTube as well as live on TikTok. Yes, we're live on two platforms. I don't know why, but TikTok will not. Sorry about that. Sorry. So my mouth does run a little bit. Sorry. Especially when people start getting mouthy. Yeah, basically, I'm live on two streams. For some reason, the company that I use, Restream, won't let TikTok. I don't know. Anyway, it's not letting me go live on TikTok and YouTube at the same time. So at the minute, I've got to use two different platforms, like two different systems. I've got my phone here and my YouTube, the video we're watching, another documentary, and you're on the phone. So that's what's happening right now. It is very annoying. It should be working. I don't know why it's not. TikTok, something to do with TikTok. It says you can't go live with TikTok. Click this link. And click that link. I've verified 3 times now that I am an activist, that I've got a channel, that I've got thousands of people that follow me. Does it listen? No, it doesn't. Doesn't care. It's weird. Right, hang on a minute. Let me just copy this picture quick because I'm going to actually post this live. I'm actually going to message. Let's go like that, and then let's talk to. Let me just. Sorry, I know I'm being a pain, but let me talk. Why is that not working? Let me. Right, let me talk to Alex. 11:11. Everyone goes vegan. Is it working? People view. Ooh, someone's putting drone over. Why is everything so friggin' awkward and difficult to view? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna tell Alex. I'm not vegan, I'm plant-based.
If you are not vegan, if you are a number 2, that is the hard reality. Now, if that is uncomfortable for you,
unbelievable. I'm very unbelievable. I'm obviously not vegetarian. That's it. And I really like them. I used to eat their crab, you know, the fake crab shawarma things. I used to love them shawarma things. Oh well, it just means I'm gonna have to go and figure out a way to make my own. Poor Alex, he's got like millions of boxes in that man. Sometimes I mean, I turned up there a while ago, in thousands of people. Like, now I've got 2 people viewing. It's supposed to show you that people are literally addicted to it. It's just awful. I can't believe it. It is. Like the main thing the OPA I don't know. Remove the background noise of viewers key clearly. Alright. Stay bossy, innit? TikTok's bossy now. AI system. Anyway, so vegan, yeah, going vegan. Let's talk about it. Let's get some guests on. Anybody want to dispute the fact that you should be vegan? Why should you not be vegan? Give me a good reason why I should not be vegan, and let's talk about it. I highly doubt you'll convince me, but you know, you never know. Worth a try, innit? I'm currently supposed to be an hour and a half away. These guys are going to be working for the next hour. They're standing outside the slaughterhouse. Ooh. Why are slaughterhouses? Why are slaughterhouses? Why do you think that is? Why do you think why slaughterhouses? Is out of all of the slaughterhouses that I'm aware of, literally 2 that I've been to that are next to the time. This is one of them. And if you want to find out which one it is, it's ABP Guildford in Surrey. Angelica's got it. Smell. The screaming and the smell. Like there's literally a horror movie called Silence of the Lambs about a little girl who grew up on the cliff. And if she weren't vegan, I'd be very surprised. Hello, some call me Fur. How are you? Oh, excuse me. Tired because I've been up since I fell asleep in agony, I woke up in agony. Currently seems to be a little bit better. A little tiny bit of movement. I was literally stuck like this for ages this morning. Oh. absolutely horrible. But yeah. I mean, that's the reason why, isn't it? Why are slaughterhouses so far away from people's homes? Because the smell, because of the screams of the animals, because of the constant noise of trucks coming in and out all the time. And this one that we're watching over here on YouTube is actually in a residential area. It's not even that far away from houses. Like, it's literally there. Now, when people were walking past, because there were some people, I don't know what they were doing, but there were some people that were walking down this industrial down the road in this industrial state. I'll show you the road. Just so you can get an idea of it's an industrial estate, quite clearly. And there were people walking down it, and I was standing there. And I said to them, "What do you guys think about the proximity of this industrial unit?"
Right, guys, I'm just going back to the stream now.
It stinks. It stinks. Like, the worst thing about it is the smell. So then I started,
hopefully,
what do you think about the smell? The smell.
Back on the
Smell.
stream.
What's it like in the summer?
Please just
Everybody was just like,
any
yeah, it's
comments you'd like
disgusting.
me
It's the most
to
disgusting thing.
answer, any comments you'd like me to respond
So,
to, put them in the chat now, and I will
yeah,
pick them up.
you're absolutely right. The screaming, the smell, the PTSD. The PTSD that you can get just by hearing it all. Yeah, hearing it, seeing it every day. Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of people that work in the industry that have got PTSD, you know.
Let's just show you over the top what's going on.
I know vegan activists that have actually got jobs in slaughterhouses so that they can sneak cameras in and stuff like that, you know. I'm never ever going to mention their name, but I know people that have done it. And
put in the chat what you can see.
That must be
Put in the
hard.
chat what you can see.
That must be hard to do. You must want to punch everybody in the mush.
Going on.
I know I would. I would not be able to want to work there. I'd not.
Yeah, so one of the trucks just left.
Yeah.
Definitely something dodgy going on there.
Yeah, you're the initials of your profile at AV, aren't they?
Wrong, and that's why there's so much drama about it. I just went to get another look, another angle of it. So usually they would have had more trucks turn up by now as well.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that something's a bit.
Yeah, it's hard not to look at it.
So please put in the
Every now and again, it keeps
one, if
popping
you're
up this
vegan,
AI summary, a live debate on why slaughterhouses should be located away from homes. Why should they be located away from homes? Well, they shouldn't exist. Like, this is a slaughterhouse.
Two, if you're not, but you're open to learning.
I was born to be an
activist. We've got in the room at the moment. We've got 70 people in the room. Let's see who we've got in there. How many vegans?
AV's
how many non-vegans
a
have we got?
fantastic group. I met a Bath.
So we've got a lot of trolls, a lot of people that don't like animals.
Look at the size of that slaughterhouse, and look where it's next to.
And that's what the people we're trying to reach on these streams, is people that are curious, people that want to learn more. As I said earlier,
Look where it's next to.
are just people that don't want to hurt animals. It's as simple as that. Vegans.
Oh, help me!
Who
No,
are
don't do
against
that.
animal exploitation, abuse, and slaughter.
You should join
You're
next
gonna
time.
get so
I
much
will.
hate for just
Yeah.
caring about animals. But
Join?
like,
What do you
we
mean
need someone
join?
to take
Like,
someone's
I'm
dead dog and put them into a slaughterhouse here,
not a
then
member.
they'll be
Like, if
uproar
there's a
about
membership
that.
or anything like that, I'm not a member in that sense. But I've
So
done
as I
AV.
was saying, vegans aren't
I've done
doing it for the
AV
animals, they're doing it
few
because they're
times.
vain and stupid. I mean, all of us are here outside of a slaughterhouse. We don't want to be
No,
here.
to come.
If
We're-
you
we're-
come and stood
well-
right here, you'd know how badly
Yeah.
it stinks. Having to see
Oh
animals
my
being
God!
taken
Listen to this
inside
guy.
on these trucks
I've
in their
been
final
doing the
moments,
carnivore
having
diet
their
for
lives
5
taken
years.
from them.
I've never
You can see
been
the
so
fuel in
healthy
their eyes,
and
shit
strong.
pouring out the
Coming from
trailer.
a
This is not a
Jason
fun day out for
Beatrice,
activists. We do this to try and change the
7362.
hearts and minds of
First
people
of all, prove
to
you're not a
realise
bot.
that, well, actually, not even
That's the
change
first
hearts
thing
and
to
minds.
do.
We're
Prove
here
you're
to
not a bot.
align you.
That
Most
is the most
people care about
bot-like
animals.
thing I have
Most people
ever heard in
are
my life. Yeah,
compassionate
London
people.
Jackson. I'll definitely do that. I'll
And
come
most
visit
people
you.
aren't born vegan. I wasn't born
100%. Let me
vegan.
know when you're
I
down
would
there
consider
next.
myself a kind, compassionate person. and a
That is the
man
most
or
bot-like
lover.
thing I've
And it
ever
was just a
heard in my
logical
life.
conclusion was
Mate,
that I had
for
to
a
be
start, the
vegan
carnivore
because
diet
I
doesn't
couldn't
contain
want
any
to- I
fiber
don't want to
whatsoever, and that is
contribute
an
to animals going inside these
absolutely
facilities
essential
for slaughter. I
nutrient that
wouldn't
your
want to
body
contribute
needs.
to that.
Like, if you're not eating
Why
in
would I?
fiber,
It just doesn't make
you are
sense.
soon going to be in a serious amount of trouble.
It really
There are
does
so
stick around the
many,
100%. As soon as we got out
so
the car, and
many
this was
carnivore
away from the site, it just hits you around the face.
enthusiasts that I know.
Imagine, this
That
is
not,
a,
I'm
this
not
is a
know
site with
personally,
people
but I
going
know
past,
of that have
going
gone
on their way to
and
work,
introduced plants back into their
families going
diet
past,
because they
babies
are
going past,
suffering
and you
medically
have
on
to-
a serious
you have to
basis.
witness
So
the
many.
smells
Like, that is the most
and see
stupid
animals
thing I've ever
being
heard
killed,
anyone
and
say.
hearing them as well. You can hear the cows on the other side of the road. You can hear them when you come out of the car. You can hear their cries.
Yeah.
from the truck.
That's fine. Yeah, I can do that. End of the month,
Chris
end
says
of
vegans
April.
are just annoying. You really think you're going to change
yeah,
nature?
should be able to do that.
Again, vegans are annoying.
Hello, Fame.
Vegans just care about animals. So the logical thing is that you just don't care about animals then.
That's my friend in real life, Fame.
We're all here as activists. speaking up
What was the name of
on
that guy?
behalf of the people, the animals that can't speak up for themselves.
As much as I don't like
land
vegan
animals
games,
exploited every single year.
like in the sense that his
But most
philosophy is
people in this chat just
bonkers,
don't
but
give
he
a shit.
used
They
to
don't care
rip
about
the
them.
shit out of a guy
I'd
that used to
argue
be
the
a
people, the
carnivore
trolls in the chat, of which there are quite
only,
a lot.
carnivore only, and it was
Would you kill an
friggin'
animal yourself?
hilarious.
Would you stab an animal in the face?
Let's see if I can find his name right.
Alexa says, please tell me what we're going to eat. And
Vegan
what we're going to eat.
games
So we can thrive
rips
and thrive
into
off eating plant-based diets.
carnivore.
American
What
Dietetic
was
Association,
his
the
name?
British Dietetic Association, the
See
World
if
Health
AI knows.
Organization all agree
Frank
in the
Tofano.
scientific
That
proof
was it.
that humans can live,
Frank Tofano.
survive, and thrive off a
Frank
plant-based diet.
Tofano,
I've been
no
vegan for over
longer
5 years. I'm fully healthy. You have all the
carnivore.
nutrients you need. And this is a key bit of information here that people get wrong about veganism and nutrition.
Oh, this is from another good
We
person.
don't need
Hello,
body parts. We
Flame.
don't need
This is from another really good friend of
What
mine.
we need is the
I actually
nutrition.
know this
We
person
need
in real
the
life.
nutrition,
Hench
not
herbivore.
the
Frank Tofano
ingredients.
quits the
There
carnivore
are many
diet.
different sources that you can get
Self-proclaimed
from, but
king of
ultimately
the
it's nutrients
carnivores,
that we need. We don't need to stab
Frank
an animal and
Tofano has been forced to quit his ludicrous
animal in
diet
lower
due to the litany of health
burn
issues.
the insides, when we could just eat plants. Fruits, vegetables, beans, legumes.
Too
all these
bad.
various protein sources.
Too bad.
Someone's put protein, you got tofu, tempeh.
After 8
seitan,
years,
and a whole host of
he states in his
vegan
videos,
plant-based
this is
meats out
another
there
one,
now.
carnivore diet.
You can
This
eat
is
a
on
whole
Reddit.
food plant-based diet. and
Horrible
be
issues
fully
with his
happy
gut,
and
liver, and
healthy.
more.
So,
I mean, I'm not
as I said before,
surprised.
then,
Like,
why
literally,
would
we're
you want to
not
pay for
designed.
animals to go into
Humans are
facilities like
not
this,
designed.
knowing that you don't have to,
Biologically, I
knowing
say
that
not
you don't have
designed.
to
Like, I'm not
consume their
trying to
body
say that we're
parts?
designed by God. I'm just saying that we're not designed by
What's your question,
biology,
Alan
by
Green? There's a lot of questions coming in,
evolution.
and
We have
people
not
have to come
evolved
on.
to be carnivores. We don't have the
Joel
teeth.
Thomas
We
Bennett,
don't have the
how
claws. We
dare
don't
you
have the
stupid vegans assume that
we don't
everyone
have the
hates
gut. We don't have the acidic
animals
stomachs. We
fucking
don't have the
parents?
short
As I
digestive
said,
tract.
you're either,
We don't have
there's
any
two halves of this.
attribute
You're
that
either
an
for animal
obligate
abuse,
carnivore like
or
a
you're
cat
against it.
or a dog.
You're either for it,
We don't have
or you're
any of those
against it.
attributes now.
So,
Luckily for dogs,
Joel
though,
Thomas Bennett,
not
are
so
you
much
for
cats.
animal
But luckily
abuse,
for
or
dogs,
are you against
cats
it?
hunt their own food primarily, but dogs don't.
Let's see what your response is.
Luckily for dogs, over the last 10,000 years, like the domestic dogs eat human scraps.
So,
So
I said
they
you're
would
either for or against it, and you
introduce
said
the
bullshit.
vegetables
That's not
and
one answer to the question.
cooked
See,
meats over the last 10,000
people can't
years,
even
as
answer
we've
just a simple
selectively
question
bred
now,
animals with selectively bred animals that would survive with us, and therefore they're no longer obligate
Come on,
carnivores.
Joel, what's
Can
your
eat
comment?
vegan
You're either
food.
for it or against it.
There's actually a
You keep
study
copy and
there
pasting a comment in the chat, but
where
you've
pets,
got to respond to it when
dogs
I
in
address the
particular,
question.
have lived healthier,
Otherwise,
longer lives on
there's no
vegan
point in
diet,
putting the question
plant-based
in the
diet.
first
So
place.
I'm not saying that dogs can be vegan, because obviously
Hope you
they
get
can't.
arrested for
They're
this.
not, they haven't got the
So what
mentality
you've just
to
said is, I
decide
hope
on
you
not
get
eating
arrested
animals.
for
But
speaking up for animals. You're hoping
if
that
you
we
feed
as
a dog a
activists
plant-based diet,
are
it can
wanting
live
we get
a long,
arrested
healthy
because we
life.
don't
And in
want to harm
fact,
them.
in many
We're
cases,
trying
they
to
live
stop
longer
animals from
lives.
being
This is
stabbed in
just
the
a study.
face.
This is just science.
You
Don't
think you
shoot
should
the
be
messenger.
arrested for that, but the people
But
inside who are
yeah,
shooting
so
them in
that's
the
an
head and
interesting
slicing their
fact from
throats,
this.
they shouldn't be arrested. No.
Picked up. Where's we going with that? Yeah, humans are just not
Joel Thomas
designed
Bennett,
to,
you're
like,
just pasting the same. I've addressed you.
canines,
You're
though,
not
yeah?
responding to me now, so I
Canines.
feel like I'll give you one more chance, Joel Thomas
Get
Bennett.
to grip
Are
with
you
yourself.
for or against animal abuse?
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Are you for or against it?
That is hilarious. It's like the
Give you one more
definitive
chance to
proof, 100% definitive proof is this.
Just waiting to see.
You
It
take
shouldn't
two
take long to
people,
say
like
for
they
or
did the
against,
twin
Joel
test, didn't
Thomas
they?
Bennett.
They did the twin test
Shouldn't take long.
on Netflix. What the health? The twin experiment. You take two genetically identical people, and you put one on a vegan diet and one not on a vegan diet, and then you see which person has the better health benefits at the end of the 6-month trial, and that in every case the vegan had the better health outcomes. Every case. Like, they even put them on like similar diets, and stuff, and like it's just.
There's so many ways I could answer that question.
It's just there's the proof right there. You only got to look at blue zones. I mean, all this was a localized experiment of a nationalized evidence that blue zones such as the Okinawa, Japan, or the Seven-Day Adventist neighborhoods in California, these blue zones where people live and eat 98% or more vegan lifestyles live to be over 100 in more cases than any other case. Like, why would you not look at that and think, okay, well, if those guys are all living, like, in general, their population lives to, they're called centenarians. If in general they have more centenarians than any other population, then what are they doing that's giving people healthier, longer lives? Let's copy it. Well, when they actually looked into it, they found out they were diet and they were primarily vegan, and it's things like that. And they've got now long studies over decades and decades where they've been researching all sorts of things about these blue zones. Do they get more cancer than other people? No. They have less cancer. Do they die of heart disease more often? No. They die of heart disease less often. What are these factors that help people like live longer? What it's called all-cause mortality, and essentially mortality of all causes is less in these areas because they live longer lives. It's just the way it is.
Hopefully try and address them.
Anyway, I'm going on a mad tangent. Right, so Alex is standing outside ABP. I'm really pissed off actually about ABP. I just found out that Vivara. Jason, mate, if you want to say anything, right, you back it up with science. And you can say that I'm full of shit all you want, but the science, I'm afraid, tells the other story, that I'm actually not full of shit. I'm telling the exact same. I'm telling the truth. And I'm certainly not as crazy as carnivores, you absolute nutcase. Bore off. What on earth are you on about?
But because fish look slightly different,
nothing crazy about me. Prove it. Prove I'm lying.
So I'm saying humans are supposed to eat meat. Well, we're not supposed to eat meat. You don't have to eat meat, so why would you need to?
It is.
All these activists here, we've got
knowledge rage.
We've got an ex-slaughterhouse in
Proved it. And if you can't prove it, then what does that make you?
And then now he's become vegan and become an animal rights activist because the atrocities.
Let's debate it. Let's debate it. Let's get the evidence up for vegan diets versus carnivore diets. Share your stance. Share your evidence. Prove it. I know, right? This is why we're experts, though, in it. You know, Angelica. You know what I mean? Like, we are literally experts in this field because.
And all of these
I know, I lose it all the time. It's like being constantly nagged, like, and prodded. Prod. Like, when sometimes you see kids hanging off of their parents in supermarkets and like, mum. Those people actually love their kids. They do, of course they do. And sometimes they just go, what? Like, I love my dog. I absolutely love Norman. Norman is the actual man. But he pulls me on the lead, constant pulling. And sometimes I just have to tell him, no, stop it, Norman. Like, it's not because I don't love him, it's because he's irritating me. Look at this guy. Now he's saying he's a beekeeper. I'm really a beekeeper. We don't keep bees for honey. We keep bees so you can eat fruits and veggies. But you eat meat, though, so we haven't got any common ground, Jason, have we?
And we have to change this. Like every
you eat meat. What are you trying? Are you trying to now, like, what? You've been doing the carnivore diet for 5 years, and you're a beekeeper. That makes you a double mug, in my opinion.
you know,
What
I
a
would always
muggy
consider myself
person.
a kind, compassionate person that
A
loved
bee
animals.
exploiter.
So the logical conclusion was to be vegan because that's what aligned with my morals and values. And I would
Imagine
argue that
coming
most of
on
the
to a
people in these
vegan's channel
chats
and admitting
actually
those
do
two
love
things.
animals, that they do think we should respect
First of
animals.
all, I exploit
The
animals.
question
I
therefore
exploit
becomes,
mammals
if you
and
think we should
insects.
respect animals, if you don't
I
think we should
exploit
harm
mammals
them,
and insects.
then
That's what
logically
you're
we
saying.
cannot
So you're a
continue
double
to
whammy.
be
You
purchasing
exploit
animal
everyone.
products
Do you
from
exploit
supermarket
humans
shelves.
as
We
well?
cannot
I bet you
continue
couldn't give a crap,
supporting
could you, about
the
anyone or
greyhounds and the
anything?
horse
All you
racing
care about is
industry. We
yourself.
cannot continue buying
I
animals
can't
solely
digest meat for real.
wool.
There you go.
It's not like us vegans have had to,
Of course you can't.
change
No one
drastically.
can.
We're just saying, let's stop abusing animals. Let's stop exploiting them for the many
What's a
products.
whamming?
Let's just not do that.
I
Let's
don't
just be
know.
kind to them instead. Which people,
Veganism is
it's not
anti-religion.
drastic or radical
Do you know
things
why veganism is
to
anti-religion?
animals.
Because most
As I
religions
said
say
earlier,
it's
you're either
okay to
for
eat
or you're
animals.
against it. And if you're genuinely for animal abuse, then I think you're a horrible person.
Religion is a
knowingly
disgusting
want to go out
practice
and stab
of
animals for meat.
dogmatic
I think
rituals
most people would be
practiced
against
and
it. Most
enforced
people, when I
by
put the poll up earlier,
mostly men
about 200
who
people, I think, voted to
really
say
couldn't
that
give a
they'd watch
shit
slaughterhouse footage.
about
And it
anyone
kind of
else except
baffles
for
me that
themselves.
people go vegan, you know, seeing what happens to those animals. In this facility alone, cows will be bolt gunned to the head.
So
hung by their
absolutely,
neck,
I fully agree with you.
sliced open,
But here's the
lying in
thing that's
pools
going to
of
piss
blood,
you right
lying in
off.
feces, lying in shit.
Jesus
Most
hated
people are against
religion,
that.
and he
Most people
came
can't
to
even bear to
abolish
watch it.
religion.
So please, any questions that you've got in the chat, drop them in and I will try and answer them as soon as I can.
Always respect
Thanks,
people's
Ben from
beliefs
Berlin,
until it's
for,
about religion.
responding
I
to
respect
Sophie's
people's
comment.
beliefs
So
until
the
it
next one
encroaches
said,
on
what do you
someone
mean
else's
for
rights.
plant food? So there was
If
a
your
study
religion
that
meant that you was
showed
allowed to go and punch
your
someone in the
supermarket
face,
shop from a
I'd be
whole food
against your
plant-based
religion
diet
then too.
to a non-vegan
Which is
diet
why I'm
quickly
against
shop is
Islam,
30% cheaper. Some of the
Christianity
most cheap
in a
and
normal
accessible
sense,
foods are
Judaism,
plant-based foods. When you think
and
about beef,
most religions,
rice,
except for
vegetables,
true religions of peace.
some of the cheapest foods are actually the most nutritious.
I don't
And
respect
happen
their
to be
beliefs,
vegan.
no, because I don't respect
And
the
most
belief that you
people,
can
as I
go
said
and harm an
earlier, most of
animal
you will
when you have
already
got
be
absolutely no
consuming
right in
vegan
harming
foods,
any animal.
you know, breads,
What on earth are
pasta,
you talking
rice,
about?
hash browns, like you're already consuming that. They don't consume that. They don't involve animal
Especially if
products.
your
So,
religion takes away the rights
all
of
you have to do is
LGBT and
say,
women's
okay,
rights.
I'm going to stop
Absolutely,
exploiting
Eddie.
animals
Eddie,
for
well said,
everything
man.
and live in alignment, because
So why did you
unfortunately,
just say you
every
respect their
time you
beliefs and
purchase
lives?
an animal product, every time you support
Um,
whatever it is that's happening to that
There
animal,
was a but
you're
in the
you're
middle of
spurring
the
it on, you're
sentence
providing that
that's
demand.
kind of
It's also supply and
phrased
demand
that. It's
industry.
common
Cows
English
are coming in here to
listening.
die, to
Try
have their
it.
heads
See what
chopped off,
happens.
because someone somewhere is paying for that. When you go to a supermarket and you take a piece of flesh off the shelves, you have
Mate,
caused
what are
that
you on
animal.
about?
That
You're
animal
on
is
all over.
killed.
You're all
Whether
over the
you
place, you
realise it or
muppet.
didn't realise it,
You come in
that's
here and start
unfortunately how this
spouting
happens.
bullshit.
If everyone stopped purchasing, meat and dairy products,
Oh, this guy
then
over here on
these
YouTube says,
slaughterhouses
I'm
wouldn't exist.
ignorant because
Because
beekeeping
why
is
on
not
earth
slavery.
would people slaughter billions of animals if there's no money involved? All you have to do is boycott the industries and say, I'm going
Really?
to choose,
So
plant-based alternatives. Or
could we then
cruelty-free
not say
vegetables,
the same
vegetable.
thing against, like animals being kept in
So any
cages or
questions you've got
people
in the
being
chat,
kept in
please do
cages?
put them in and I will try and pick them up.
Two different
And whilst you're putting
species
some
working
questions into the
together.
chat,
No, it's not
so I'll
symbiosis.
just flip the
It's
camera
not
around.
at all
So we've got Gloria
symbiotic
live
to be a
streaming at the
beekeeper.
moment. We've got
If you
David,
was
the
to,
ex-slaughterhouse
you
inspector,
are
also
taking
live
the
streaming.
honey, which is the food source
We've
of a
got Mel
bee,
and
which is
Steve,
working
they're
all
here a lot,
spring, all
relentless
summer,
activists,
building
no
up a
pressure on this site
nest egg for
specifically.
itself so it can survive in the winter,
And
and
we've got
you're
Pam
taking
Hippie
it.
as well. So we've got multiple people live streaming.
Crops would
Multiple
fail
people
without
raising awareness
beekeeping.
of
I tell you
thousands
what,
of
crops
people.
would not be failing if
And
we
if you
weren't
haven't
for the fact that
already,
we were
please do
burning
join
down
the chat
rainforests
stream,
so that
hit
idiots like
on
you
tap
can
the
eat
screen, so
steak.
then this
How
video
about
will be
that?
shown to more and more people. So someone said, is this a halal slaughterhouse? So I'll answer
I tell you
that
what I
in
do
two
believe.
questions,
I believe I'm
2
not your
points.
son.
Firstly, no, this is not a halal slaughterhouse.
How about that?
But
I believe I'm not
secondly,
your
what is
son.
it about halal that you think is so drastically different?
So
Because I
don't
can
call
tell
me your
you
son.
that most halal slaughter actually is also stun slaughter. So if we're talking about stun and non-stun, I think that's different. Again, people bring up halal. People bring up the halal, but why are you not
Pops.
bringing up kosher? Which makes me think that that's actually a religious-related comment rather about the
Jason,
animals
if you want to
themselves.
see an idiot, then go and have a look in a mirror.
What actually happens in kosher slaughter, in halal
Stop
slaughter, and you'll
abusing
realise that
animals with
the
your
animals,
weird,
there's no difference.
violent
The
fetish,
people that are saying
and
that
turn
halal
away
slaughterhouse
from
is
your
so much
sin.
worse,
Go do
then in
something
this
else
site,
with
this
your
is a
life.
stun slaughterhouse. truck? No. This is a slaughterhouse. However, in their recent FSA audit findings, they found that actually they were not properly stunning the animals in the first place. So
I'll tell you what I believe. I believe that you haven't got two brain cells to rub together. Dot. That's what I believe.
Real difference between religious stun slaughter,
I do believe that.
stun slaughter.
I believe that you are
Whether they stun them or not,
thicker than
they
two
don't do
short
it properly,
planks.
and the animals get their heads chopped off anyway. So if you're really
Oh my
triggered
god!
by
So
that,
listen to
then
Jason.
really
Ready?
by
So
any
this is
form of
Jason
slaughter.
Beatrice over at YouTube. This is the same. This is the same argument for cows need milking. Ready?
As I was going to mention,
Apparently,
this site
bees
had
drown
major
in
failings
honey
exposed by the
without
FSA, the Food
intervention.
Standards Agency, in their audit last year,
So,
and they still
so
haven't
an
rectified it according
insect
to the
that has
latest
existed
data.
on this
And I can
planet
tell you some of
for
those major failings,
millions of
which are known
years
as
before
major
mammals even
non-compliances.
came
These are
into
major
existence
non-compliance audits.
now
Animals
needs
exposed
human
to avoidable pain,
interaction
distress,
or it will
suffering
drown in its own
during the
honey.
killing process. So these animals, they're failing at this. These
I don't
animals
need a
are
degree in
experiencing
agriculture.
more
I just
pain and
need
more
like half a
suffering
clue
than they
in
need
common
to.
sense. Like, what are you on about?
There's improper handling and movement of animals, including risks from
They
misuse
just
of
go
instruments.
straight to
They're
insults because
misusing
they can't
instruments
win. Like, it's
inside.
such
God knows
simple,
what they're
so
doing to those
simple
poor
to
animals.
trigger them. Jackass this and
Inadequate,
I'm a
poorly
jackass
maintained
now apparently.
constrained
Oh, you
facilities and
jackass!
equipment,
Hey,
including
where did you get a degree in
Now, I've said that
agriculture?
this is
You
the
jackass! I
line,
got
get
mine
hung
at
up with.
UMASSSSSMUMAS.
All
All
their own
all
blood
that
and their
says
own
to me,
feces. It would be a
UMASS is
real-life horror scene and nightmare
you're
what
an
is going
ass
on inside that facility.
because that's
And the last
what
one,
it's
whilst
coming
we're
across
talking
as.
about halal,
You're coming across as a
this one
right
here, this was a major
asshole,
non-compliance in their audit.
clueless,
Evidence
absolute
proves exactly
clueless.
what I was saying. Stunning methods that
I've
failed
got a
to
degree in
ensure
I've got a
rapid
degree in honeyology. Bees would drown in honey if I didn't intervene and take the honey off of them.
to have rapid and effective loss of consciousness.
How
These
about
animals
bees
are
just leave them
conscious
alone?
when they're being slaughtered.
How about leave them alone?
They also had a procedure failure, so environmental hygiene.
We've got all the morons here today.
Another major non-compliance.
All the morons. Have you got anything else stupid to add? Like you were literally, while you're on a roll, you might as well add something else stupid to the comment, mightn't you?
If you really care about animals, is to just stop the slaughter of animals in sort of totally. You know,
Do you think veganism should be a worldwide thing, or do you think poorer countries are okay not to? Eddie, without a shadow of a doubt, veganism should be worldwide. There is absolutely no reason in the year 2026, with the money that we're wasting on wars, guns, and stupid things like porn and IT infrastructure, there is absolutely no reason why we couldn't redirect all that pointless money, like gambling, smoking, all those things that are a complete waste of time, that are actually detrimental to your health. Move all of those things and just invest into food and invest into veganic farming and vertical farming and greenhouse farming and and like, for example, Coca-Cola, right? Look into Coca-Cola in more detail and you will find out that Coca-Cola places itself in really poor places intentionally, and then it steals their fresh water to make Coca-Cola and then sells it back to those people at a 300% markup. I mean, it's absolutely insane. Right? Corporates have gone absolutely bonkers worldwide. It's disgusting. Like, look at Microsoft and Bill Gates trying to like engineer seeds so that it forces Indian farmers to use his specific seed so that they can make a profit. It's fucking disgusting. It's disgusting. What we're doing to this world in the name of commerce, in the name of capitalism, is a fucking disgrace. It's a disgrace. Food should be free. Energy should be free. Food should be free. Water should be free. Right? These are things that should be free, completely free. And then like things like waste management, things like rubbish, and like for example, plastics should no longer exist. Like, how long have we known that there's microplastics in the earth? How long have we known that Teflon is a cancer-causing chemical? And we're still plastering things in Teflon, and we're still plastering plastics everywhere, all over the place. Like, it's disgraceful. It's disgraceful. The second you find out something's bad for this planet, stop doing it straight away. Why would you not? Why would you not do that? Like
So,
this
on
Earth,
Earth,
this
you use
tiny
that
little
as a justification.
8,000 kilometer wide ball that we're floating on in the middle of fucking
Barefoot
nowhere.
Druid, my
Like
question
it's the
is,
only
how?
fucking place that we've got to
How would
live,
you do
and we
it?
are literally
Oh, so Alex,
burning
you
the
didn't feel
fucking
fish.
thing
Then
down
what
so
is
that
your
people
point?
can have McDonald's.
Carlotta, yes, it is. That
Like
makes another huge
fucking
point.
wakey, man.
Like, yeah,
Wakey,
so
wakey,
these are
man.
reasonable animals, so then why are you using that as a justification?
Go vegan for the planet. Go vegan for the
What are you talking
animals.
about?
Go vegan for yourself. Of
You're saying,
course,
let's
man.
eat fish.
Of
Well, we
course, it
kill the
should be
animals, so that
worldwide.
doesn't give you a
Vegan
justification to do
mindset,
so.
vegan brains, vegan people. Vegans should
Yeah,
run
okay,
this
I
planet.
appreciate my
Vegans
location,
need to
don't have
run
vegan
this
food.
planet.
Every
Not
place
fake
has
vegans
vegan
either.
food.
Fucking real
When I'm
ones.
talking about vegan food, we're talking about
Not
any
megans,
food
not
that doesn't
vegans that
involve
are
animals.
obsessed with their own
Rice,
fucking image and ego.
beans,
I'm talking about
lentils,
real
legumes,
people. Real
bread,
people that
pasta.
actually give a
It's all
fuck.
vegan foods.
People like
I
Ella
very much
Barlow.
would
People like
argue
me, I
that,
give a
yes,
fuck.
you
Do you know what I
have
mean?
that
I
food
actually
around
care
you.
about the planet. I care about people. I care about the animals. I
We'll
deeply
check something
do.
out.
Like, people need to like wake up. They really do, man. I'm just glad at the moment that the UK, that the Green Party are actually starting to win some fucking votes
But
because
also, you know, really have reasons for
Eddie's just said he's not a fan of the Green Party.
Surely
I'm not. Do you know why?
Belgium would
I'm not. I am
argue
grateful
the
that the Green
kindest
Party are winning
and most
votes, but the
compassionate
problem
person
with the
that
Green
you can be.
Party, you're absolutely right, is that
Surely
they
by
are
doing
tied
that,
to an
you would
archaic
be
system
kind instead.
where they cannot really truly own power unless they have a capitalist interest. And I'm not a communist either. I don't know. I'm a socialist. I'm a socialist communist, but with capitalistic tendencies. I'm a futurist. How about that? I'm a futurist. The whole thing's wrong though, man, isn't it? I mean, let's look at it like for what it is. It's a step in the right direction. Eddie, exactly. It's a step in the right direction. Exactly, yeah. I voted Green because it's like it's the lesser of the evils. Do you know what I'm saying? There's now a vegan party, which there wasn't at the last referendum. So, but even then, would you vote them? I know one of the people that's like high up in the vegan party, and he's a bit of an untrustworthy character. He's an unsavory person. I'm not sure if I would vote for him. I know him personally.
Well, I'm sorry that the food wasn't great, but that's still not justification for exploiting animals and shooting.
Look, stop fucking harping on, Jason, about your beekeeping, okay? Man, listen to this guy literally contradicting himself in the same paragraph. Ready? You were correct about the rainforest. Man altered the planet. We even have hornets not native to my area destroying wild beehives. Without my beekeeping, the fruit tree farmers in my area have less. And I'm sure he's going to say stock or fruit or whatever. Bro, you don't understand, do you? Yeah. What I'm trying to say to you and what I'm trying to say to everybody and what I'm trying to do myself is have as little impact on the planet as possible.
So, it's going to be reversed. Hold on.
I'm letting him yap. He's yapping. There's nothing I can do to stop him yapping, is there? I've not blocked him. Without my bees, crops become more regional without short growing seasons. Listen, man, I love bees. Like, you don't understand. Like, I am a bee fanatic. Yeah, I love them.
We've got multiple activists here at this site today. We are at a slaughterhouse.
I get where you're coming from, right? But this guy is also a carnivore. He's a self-admitted carnivore diet fanatic. I can't just let him yap, can I? He's completely wrong. Like, how can you be completely wrong on this hand and then pull this hand up and say, but bees, though?
Impregnate that female cow. And then when that cow, the female cow becomes pregnant,
like I said, Derek, like, you have to pick the lesser of the evils, right? Like, if there was a completely 100% like a company that was zero carbon or negative carbon, that had 100% vegan products and they were all vegan and everyone else that worked there was vegan and all the rest of it, thanks for joining Frostbite, much appreciated. I would go and buy like that product. I would, but obviously I can only do what I can do. You know, I won't buy Apple products, for example. Yeah, I'm buying. I've got a Samsung phone, right? But that's only because, and I've had this phone for 3 years. I'm not the sort of person to go and buy another phone just because a new one's come out. Communism is when no iPhone. Thanks, Derek, for the advice. Best podcast ever while cleaning my bathrooms. Oh, thanks, Angelica. It's just me ranting in my room, in my office. We have to work with the environment because we fucked it up. Jason, at last, he's talking sense. Right, now listen, Jason, let me educate you, okay? The worst environmental, the worst industry that impacts the environment, I was going to say something more complicated then, but I'm trying to reduce the syllables. That's why I'm starting. Right. The industry that most affects the environment is the animal industry. Okay. All right. The amount of water it takes, the amount of land it takes, the amount of crops it takes, the amount of room that you need, the amount of room that you need, the amount of energy that it expels, the amount of pollution that's put into the earth, the amount of sewage that's dumped into the seas. The worst industry by a long shot is the animal industry, the animal agriculture industry. This is why you cannot be an environmentalist and still eat animal products. You can't do it. If you eat animal products, you are not a fucking environmentalist. Okay? Don't pretend you are.
You can be vegan right now from that.
Corner. It's Corner. It's my boy. That's my boy.
And you can be vegan right now.
Fucking love you, Corner. Do you know that?
I mean,
what's happening, bro?
Cows, they're killed for their milk, but they're also
what's
killed
happening,
for meat.
bro?
So these dairy cows, and if you've seen any of these streams before, the cows that get sent aside, they're going to be bolt guns to the head.
If you have the ability, guys, come on over to my YouTube channel as well and drop me a like. I'm currently working on a YouTube channel called Game Vegan. All one word, Game Vegan.
The relentless cycles, those cows then
if you have the ability to log into both.
They become what's known as spent in the industry, and they become
if you don't worry about it. Just stay where you are. We haven't got many viewers today anyway. Not that much.
They then send the cows here to be killed because they're a waste product now. They're not producing the milk that they use.
Do you think being vegetarian is good enough for right now compared to others? Eddie, again, like, look, all I'm saying to you is if the end goal is veganism and you're going to take one step towards it by going vegetarian, then yes, it's a good move. Yeah. I'm not going to say to you, I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass and say to you, oh yeah, being vegetarian isn't acceptable. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. By a long shot, because the dairy industry is one of the largest producers of all of those environmental issues, and it's also one of the most violent, like, towards animals. So no, vegetarianism is not enough.
So please put number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, put number 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but here to learning more, and put number 3 in the chat if you're just here to troll.
Yeah, good for you, Eddie, man. Like drinking milk. Who would want to drink the secretions from another species on our planet? It's fucking mad. It's literally mad.
Vegans are is that we don't want to hurt animals. It's not making some drastic change inside of you.
All vegans are is we want to hurt animals. See, Alex the activist. I'm watching Alex Activism right now because I was meant to be at ABP Foods in Guildford, Surrey, a slaughterhouse, with Mel and Steve and Alex and some of the other guys, and I couldn't, man. I was in so much pain. I've got a wisdom tooth coming through here, and it's hurting. It hurts my back and my neck, and I had a crook neck the night before you last, and I'm just, yeah. I was literally at probably the most pain I've ever had was when I broke my jaw, and I was probably at 80% that level of pain. So this morning I couldn't do it. The thought of driving for 2 hours while I can't move my neck, like you're not talking about tooth pain, bro, you're talking about skull pain. Do you know what I mean? Like it's in the top half of my skull here, pushing down like that, crowding my teeth are crowded again. Bear in mind I've had a brace and had my teeth straightened out. Yeah, my teeth are now being pushed forward like this, and they're crowded at the front again, which I'm getting sorted out. But it's just, man, painful is not the word. It's like the secondary pain, which was in the back of my neck and my back, that was 80% of the most pain that I've ever felt in my life. Like I've had a dislocated shoulder, I've had broken jaw, I've had all manner of cuts and like slices and all sorts, and I'm telling you now, that hurt a lot. Like to not be able to move, I was like stuck. No, I can't move. But anyway, I've done some
haven't been strung up.
Done some exercises,
Now, if you're saying that they're
loosened things up, and now I'm better. Now I'm a lot better. And also, I think not drinking enough water was, because that can cause cramps.
And I guarantee the answer would be no.
Got to learn to drink more water. I love drinking coffee, and then I'm not drinking any water because I'm getting the thirst sort of quenched from coffee, and it's not good, is it? But anyway, going back to veganism, guys, hit me with it. Come on, what's your excuse? Why aren't you vegan? What? Tell me what it is. Like, ask me. Let's talk about these things. Like, you've got 3 experts, 2 in the chat, 1 right here, have been vegan activists for many years. Eddie, if you think, right, that me or anyone else in this chat that's gone vegan doesn't like and remember the taste of certain things, then you are wrong. Yeah, you are wrong, because you can't get the same flavour cheese. You can't get the same flavour milkshakes. You can't get the same flavour this. You can't get the same flavour that. Frostbite, I've been plant-based over 2 years now, and I spoke to you once and it changed me. What do you mean?
I mean, 100%. You can look at vegan bodybuilders out there.
Did I?
So many out there.
Course charter, Minecon breeder, amateur archer. I love archery. Frostbite, I actually love archery. It's one of my favourite things to do.
A whole host of vegan and meat alternatives that you can get now with high.
You spoke to me on a live ages ago. What? And then you went vegan on the back of it.
This is the amount of protein I want to hit.
No way.
You know, the nutrients that I need, and ChatGPT will give you a whole plant-based recipe system of what you need to do to make it. So you don't need to
almost vegan. Oh, come on.
There's so many out there. Some people,
we've had this out already. It's so easy to take the last few steps. Come on, man. You went plant-based. I think morally vegans are correct though. Yeah, of course they are absolutely morally correct. There's no doubt about it. Like, without a shadow of a doubt, vegans have got the moral high ground. They really have. They just have. Because it's not even a thing, is it? Like, what is the worst thing that you could do to somebody? Take their life away.
So, you know, crop death is such a common
misconception.
So firstly, we don't live in a
to not be vegan would mean that you would be taking someone's life away.
But the fact is,
whether it's eggs, whether it's dairy, whether it's meat, you will be, and those are the three food types, by the way, that all other food types come from.
Up to 75% of our arable farmland. We can rewild 3/4 of the world's arable.
It's not a good excuse, Eddie. Eddie, to be fair, mate, like I always say to people, it's not about for me, it's not about the experience, it's about the cost. When people start talking about the cost.
Crop death is another reason to being vegan.
Butter and cheese, Frostbite, mate, come on, bro, come on, butter, for fuck's sake, it's only butter, man. Just change to olive spread or something, fuck's sake. That's an easy one. And cheese? Really? What is it about cheese? Tell me when you're eating cheese that is that important that you can't drop it out.
Halal slaughter, they actually stun the animals. When you look up the
cheese is great. It's like bacon. Bacon's great. Cheese is great. Ice cream's great. Chocolate's great. All of that. It's all true. It's all true. They are great. They taste great. But they cost so much. They cost the life of an animal that doesn't want to die. Like, it's not worth it. I don't see how that's worth it.
Consciously and having,
it's too much. It's too expensive. Mac and cheese, Eddie, Google it. Mac and cheese for vegans. Google it, mate. There are so many mac and cheese recipes that you can have, and you can still have mac and cheese and be vegan. So many, and I've made them myself, and I know that they are cheesy, and they are just as good as normal mac and cheese. That mac and cheese isn't even one of the things I'm talking about. And to be fair, there are many cheese. The thing I'm talking about is cheddar. Like, you can't replicate cheddar because it's specifically made in a very specific way. Like, you can replicate what's the holy cheese from the Swiss cheese. You can replicate Swiss cheeses, you can replicate cream cheese, and you can even replicate
vegetarians, I'd say
Stilton,
few.
like blue Stilton and
If
things
you
like that. You
became
can even
vegetarian, why
replicate
is it
those
you
because
became
I've tasted
vegetarian?
all of
Was it
those in
because
vegan versions
that
and
you
they're
thought,
just
you
as
were trying
good
to
as
do
the
something
normal
good for
ones.
the animals?
The only thing that you
And if
can't
that is the
replicate is
reason,
cheddar.
then all you have to do is
But I'm
be
not really
steadfast
that bothered
and
about
realise
cheddar.
that,
I don't give a
you
fuck
know,
about
dairy,
cheddar.
eggs and animals and entertainment, these are other exploitations and that you should align with that. You know, and a lot of people
Mate,
become
oi, Dot,
vegetarian
you
and
ain't
realise
superior
that
to
actually
fuck all,
this
mate.
is the
I don't know what you're talking
solution to
about.
not,
You
you
ain't
know, to live
superior
in
to
alignment.
nothing.
Yes. So
Nah, B
unfortunately,
guys,
this is
B
a
guys,
slaughterhouse
stop.
specifically
I think
for
you might have
dairy
left, to be
cows.
honest.
So
I've got
dairy
one
cows, as I
person
said
over
earlier,
there.
so
There was three, now there's only
they
one.
basically will take a
B
female
guy might have
cow,
left.
they'll take the bull from a semen, they would inject it into the female cow to make them
Dot
pregnant.
guy's the one
Now,
waffling
when
on
that
now, isn't he?
female cow gives birth, the
I'm
eggs enter the
superior.
placenta.
So if I believe that I'm superior to you, Dot, does that mean that I can take your life?
That cow will become pregnant, and when that cow gives birth, they will have their
Going
breeds
on your
separated.
logic,
And this is
anyone can
because
take
we, as
anyone's life
humans,
as long
take
as
the
they
breast
feel
milk,
superior.
that is intended for their young.
Yes, you
Just like
can.
humans
Oh, and you won't
breast
mind.
milk for their young,
You won't mind
cows
that.
do the
You're
same.
not
They
bothered,
become
no?
pregnant,
You
their
don't care.
babies are taken away, and we steal their breast milk and put them into supermarket shelves. And if the cow gives birth
You
to a
don't care,
male,
no?
they're likely shipped
Liar.
to the farm itself
Liar.
under 1 month old. And if they're
Liar.
they're still separated from the mother, and they'll grow
You're
up to have that same
disingenuous
relentless,
liar.
forcible impregnations. And about after 3 or 4 years,
You ain't
the
fooling
dairy
no
cow, which
one.
is just
Not
a
a
name for
single
female cow
person
that
believes
produces
what you're
milk,
saying.
because
You
she's
ain't
a mother,
fooling no one.
they are milked so relentlessly that they become exhausted and suffer unfortunate health conditions, and then they become unprofitable because their milk production declines, and then they are sent into a slaughterhouse.
Because I'm calling you a
So
liar.
if you consume
I'm
dairy
allowed to call
products,
you a
if you
liar.
consume, you know,
You see,
milk,
I don't know whether
cheeses,
everyone can see
yogurts,
this or not, but it says,
just
why
the
are you
milk,
asking me a
splashing
question if you're
your
going to
tea and
call me a
coffee,
liar?
you're
Because I know
causing,
you're lying.
unfortunately, for these animals to be sent to slaughter, to
You
bulk
obviously
the heads
value
and
your
have their
life
throats sliced
more
open.
than a conversation on TikTok. If I was to come up to you now and take
So,
away your
small
life,
local
it would
farms
be
versus
very,
big
very
factory
deeply
farms
upsetting for
versus
you,
the
wouldn't
animal
it?
itself, it makes no difference. But this is a
Kind
slaughterhouse
of
that
respect him
takes
going
in
with the
both large
hypothetical,
trucks
to be
as
honest.
well as these
What? How
small
can you?
stray trailers.
What?
Some
Because
more
he's
local,
taken the
small,
extreme view that
family-run
um,
farm. And what
he
happens, the
feels
animals live
superior to
exactly the
animals.
same.
So
The animals will go through the same
he's going to
process, the
take the
animals will be shot in
extreme
the
view
head,
that
and the animals will
anyone
be
that's
killed,
superior to
regardless
anyone
of
else. I
where they
mean,
come
like,
from, whether it's a
surely
small-scale
Hitler
farm,
is an
a
example of
large-scale
how
farm,
that's
they
fucking
all end
wrong.
up in this facility
Hitler
that I think
believed
is a
that he was
slaughterhouse.
superior to the Jews and
No, I
therefore
don't. I mean, I
destroyed
wish I was
millions
vegan a
of
lot
them.
sooner. But like maybe, you know,
Obviously, an
you on the team,
international
we've
outrage
conditioned
ensued
as a
where
society, we're
everybody
conditioned of
hated
what is
Hitler
normal.
and the Germans for
And
doing
I
what they
watched
were
a
doing
documentary and
for
realised what we do to animals is
decades,
so wrong.
for like
It's so
50,
wrong.
60 years. Some
And
people
that's why I
still hate
decided
the
to make the
Germans for
change. So
what
5
they
years
did.
ago, I decided to be vegan. Now an animal rights activist
Yeah,
speaking
he's
up,
got
and
logical
it shows that
consistency.
anyone
Okay,
can be
fair
vegan,
enough.
anyone
Right.
can be
Yeah,
vegan,
but
anyone can
this
still
is why I'm
take these
calling him a
animals'
liar,
lives.
because
You
look,
can live
let's
happily,
face it,
healthily as a vegan,
his
knowing that
life
you're not
is his
contributing
most
to this
valuable asset,
horrific
and without it,
industry.
he wouldn't exist. So, what would be the point in giving up your life for
These animals are all killed at a
a
fraction of their
flippant
lifespan. So let's
belief
go
that you're
through the
superior to
species, the
others?
common species
Like,
that
I
people
don't
kill
see
for food.
any.
So chickens,
I don't
they're
see
at
any
6 weeks
Germans
old.
proud of what they
42
did
days of
before they
old on
hung at
average when
Nuremberg
they're
by
loaded into
saying,
gas
"Yeah, we
chambers.
were
They can live to
extremely
over 10,000 years
proud of
old.
everything that we
Pigs,
did,
they're
and we'd
6
give
months
our life
old when they're loaded into
gladly."
gas chambers. Same with sheep, lambs, they're 6 months old. They can live to over 10, 12,
Right, but
15
here's the
years old.
thing: that's
Then
your
we've
own
also got,
will.
you know,
But the
cows.
animals
If they're
don't get
male
a
calves,
chance to give
they're
their
shot
own
about
opinion, do
under
they?
1 month old, 2 months old on the farms itself because it's a waste industry. Dairy industry,
The animals that
cows are
you
killed at
systematically
3,
slaughter because of
4
your
or 5 years
superiority
old. And
complex
in the beef
don't
meat industry for
have
cows,
the opportunity
they're
to
about 1 or 2
argue
years old when
or
they're
to give
killed.
their point of
And
view.
like
You
cows
just
can live to over
systematically
20
murder
years
them.
old. And even in things in other industries like
Exactly.
horses
That,
and cows, like
Angelica, that is
roosters that are
my
killed at a couple of
experience
years
with
old,
most
they can live
Germans as well.
25, almost up to 30 years old. All animals that we exploit are killed at a fraction of their lives.
Well, guess what?
And we do not
Guess
have
what,
to
Dot?
take their lives away from them so early.
I'm superior, so I'm going to mute your. I've just muted you.
So
I've
like
just
I'm
taken
not
away
leather,
your
and it even
voice.
says on the back of
Now
them,
you can't
if
say
you can get
anything
that on
anymore
the,
on my channel. Ha 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 ha! I'm
so,
superior to
you know, there is
you.
no excuse
I'm
for
superior, and
wearing
just as
leather
if you
products.
don't
You know,
exist,
there's vegan
I've taken
alternatives that
away
look
your
the
existence
same.
on my channel.
So
You're
you
no
don't need
longer allowed to
yeah,
speak to me.
wear leather,
How do you like that? How do you like my superiority complex?
going vegan, you can. It's literally like that.
A bear
It's
doesn't
a
consider
mindset.
it
You just say,
superiority.
right, from now on, I'm gonna be
A
vegan,
bear,
and in
a
practice,
bear,
that means that
just
you
like
have to
anyone
change
else,
up potentially
can
the
be
products that you're
beaten
purchasing.
into
So,
submission,
you know, you'd stop
because
going
there
to
are
the
many,
races
many
because it's
cases of
so
bears
gross and
all
immoral.
across the world right
But
now
you know, when
that
you
are
go to the
chained
supermarket, you say,
to
right,
a
instead of
post
going down this
and
aisle,
whipped
you
and
can go down
beaten
the
into
next aisle. You're
submission.
going to go to the meat-free range.
And they
you're gonna
do
go to the
believe
vegan
that, and they
range,
obviously
and
have
just choose
emotions
plant-based
like any other
alternatives. It's
mammal,
so
and they
easy,
feel that they're
to do
inferior.
that. And yeah, like I said, there's things out there like Challenge 22.
There's Peter.
And drop
By
me a
the way,
message if you have a
Peter is
concern, but
Dot.
people go vegan
In case you're
overnight,
not sure,
and you can say,
Peter
right,
is
I'm gonna
Dot.
stop exploiting animals.
I guarantee
So
it.
put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Type number 2 in the chat
Or
if
Dodd
you're
P
not
is
vegan
Dot.
but open to
But one
learning
of them's
more.
here.
And put number 3 in the chat if you're just an
The
animal
food
geek,
chain exists for a
a
reason.
troll,
Where
you're
where
here
in the
because
food chain are you then,
hate animals,
Munchkin?
you don't want to, I don't know, you
Where
don't
in
wanna
the food
respect
chain are
them,
you?
basically. And that's all that being a vegan is
Why do
respecting
you
animals.
try to force your views across the throats of animals' necks, Peter?
So that doesn't make it any better just because you're not doing it yourself.
Dodd
You're
P,
paying someone
every
else to do it,
single
just like if you
thing
were to
on the
pay an
planet
assassin
has
to go
got
and,
carbohydrates
shoot
in it.
another human. That's not
Even
justification.
wood.
So, you know, just because you're paying your money is directly supporting the industry that will kill them. Your money
Well,
is directly
not
paying
every
for
single
that.
thing, but every single
So,
food type.
unfortunately, these are how these industries survive.
To be fair, you can swipe off if you don't like it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Peter's not going to swipe off though, because he's a troll that consumes negativity. So he's going to stay here and he's going to take a beating.
So in this video description, there's a link to what's called 3minutes.wtf.
PC
So
bullet
this is just a
sponge. Are you
3-minute
pro
video that will
abortion?
give you
It
an
depends on the
overall view of
circumstances.
what we do to animals, and it has changed so many
If
people's
the
lives.
circumstances
So if you go to
are
3minutes.wtf,
life-threatening
you can copy and paste the link in
to
my
the
video
person, to
description.
the
If not, go
mother,
onto YouTube and
then
type
I
in
believe that it's the mother's choice.
Dominion on YouTube. It's a longer length
But
documentary, and you can see exactly what happens.
I think it's wholly responsible to get yourself pregnant and then just want to have an abortion just because you don't want to have the responsibility of being a mother. I think that's wholly irresponsible.
So Earthlings, Dominion,
And
they're all,
to
powerful documentaries that I'd highly recommend people watch.
to unalive someone for that reason that's not fair. That's disgusting.
So unfortunately, like pescatarians, whilst
But
you might be thinking that's
at
the
certain
best thing for
stages
animals,
during
but
ingestation,
pescatarians means that you're still consuming fish. So the analogy I like to use is
babies
that
don't have
people
thoughts or
seem to relate
feelings,
as
and
much to
therefore
fish.
it doesn't
However,
really matter.
what we do to fish
So
when
it
we hook them
depends.
in the mouth and we drag
Like I
them
said,
out
it
of the
very much
ocean and
depends.
suffocate them, that is no different
Like I
from
don't
taking
go
a
on
dog,
religious lives
putting
because I don't like
a
religion.
hook into
Yeah,
a
I'm not a
dog's
fan
jaw
of religion
and
either,
drowning a dog
but I
to
do
the
believe
sea.
that there is
That's the
something
equivalent of what's happening to fish. So if
potentially.
you wouldn't do that to a dog, what
I'm
justification do you
agnostic
have
in
for
that
doing that
sense,
to a
I
fish?
suppose you would
And
say.
knowing that you don't have to
In the
consume
in the
fish or
typical
harm
sense.
fish, then you
What
can
do you buy
just
from
use
Greg's? I want to buy
plant-based
something new.
alternatives.
Mate, there's
Now,
loads of banging
supermarket
vegan
shelves, you can
things
get
in Greg's,
vegan
brother. What are
salmon
you
or anything
talking
like
about?
that. So you can still
Fam, there's
consume fish
vegan
as well
steak
without having to
pies
do
and
that.
there's vegan sausage rolls and there's vegan sandwiches. Go and knock yourself out, brother. Knock yourself out.
Who knows?
Loads of stuff. To be fair though, I don't really go Greg's often. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So as
Vegan
I said,
sausage
we're
rolls
at a
are banging
slaughterhouse.
langing.
Vegetarian,
100%.
if you're consuming dairy
100%.
products and egg
With
products,
HP
you're
sauce.
actually paying for cows to come into these facilities.
If you have
and having
ketchup
their
on
heads
sausage
chopped
rolls,
off,
mate,
essentially. You're paying for those
that's
animals
mid.
to be killed
It's
because
all about the
the
HP
dairy
sauce.
cows
Trust
in
me.
the milk industry, let's say, they become spent and killed at about 3 years old. And in the egg industry, male chicks are about 1 day old. So if you're
As a human, oh look at this. There's some Munchkin spreading some misinformation. Listen, everyone. As a human, we're top of the food chain because we can literally wipe the earth of any beings. Well, what about in the sea, Munchkin? What about if you was swimming in the sea, yeah, without any of your tools and your weaponry, right? Would you still be a apex predator?
And if you have any genuine questions about being vegan, drop me a message on Instagram. Activism. You can drop me a message. Details are in the video description that you can check
Never
out.
tried any sauce with them.
Thank you to everyone for being on
Mate,
the
you don't know
stream,
what you're
and,
missing, bro.
yeah, tune in on the
Just a
next
nice little squiggle of HP sauce down there, mate. Woo-hoo. Telling you. Right. Let's do. Oh. on my YouTube, we're going to be watching the Dominion movie and talking about it at the same time. If you want to go over to the YouTube channel, you can. It's just search for Game Vegan, all one word. No worries, Angelica. By the way, we aren't talking about being apex predators. We're not talking about... Munchkin, if you just said we're at the top of the food chain, which means you're an apex predator. That like the definition of the being at the top of the food chain is an apex predator. Apex, the top of the top, tippity tip top, tippity tip. Brummy Vegan, Brummy Viking, that your comment is blocked out for some reason. I'm sorry, mate, but HP sauce is vegan. It's got it written on it, suitable for vegans.
Comprehensible scale, exempt from the cruelty laws that protect our companion animals. Their suffering, unseen and unheard. Their value determined only by their usefulness to humankind, rationalized by a belief in our own superiority and the notion that might equals right. A notion that must be questioned.
Hey, one sec. I'm just sorting out the No, stop doing that. Right, okay, I've got to pop it out, I think. So I'm just hold on one sec, guys. I'm just trying to what is going on? One second. I'll be back with you. Hold that thought. Why are you showing? It's not working, is it? It's not working, right? Sorry on YouTube. If you're watching along on YouTube, you're gonna have to just deal with the fact that it's like part of the. See if I can get it smaller. There you go. I'm watching most of the video now. Okay, right. Sorry. Let's get back to you guys over here. I mean, human with a gun versus top predator. I think human with a gun wins. What type of gun? What type of predator? If you had a 22 starting pistol and a grizzly bear was running towards you, I think you'd lose. Personally, I think that all you do is piss it off, and then it would just maul you to death. So when you finish waffling, yeah, because at the end of the day, you don't become an apex predator or you don't become top of the food chain by using tools. That's not what the food chain is. That's not what it means. It's not how it works. Humans are outside of the food chain. We are beyond it. This is why vegans are vegan, because we don't agree with like living in a food chain in that sense. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. We're going to actually do this. We're going to go and see my mate on YouTube, by the way. We're watching my friend. He's doing his live stream.
I'll tell you the thing about bullies as well. They want to get on with their job in peace. They want to bully sheep and violate the defenceless.
Yes, you do. It's called evolution. No, using tools is nothing to do with evolution. Evolution is natural selection. It's to do with genetic accidents that envelop into biology. It's got absolutely nothing to do with using tools whatsoever. Don't use words you don't understand.
Get it? You can see it with people. They feel really uneasy. You know, it's not like there's a drone hanging above them. Or nothing like that.
Mojo, how are we doing? Let's give a shout out to Mojo. Mojo. Welcome back, Mojo. Don't forget, guys, to keep spamming. Do me a favor, please. Keep spamming. Just keep tapping. Keep tapping that, because the more people we can bring into the conversation, the more fun it will be. Thanks, Mojo, for liking. There we go. Follow Mojo's example. Don't stop on 69. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. See if we can get to 1,000. If we get to 1,000, then I'll be happy. I won't beg for likes once we're past 1,000, because we won't need to. Won't need any more. See how fast you can do it. I'm pretty fast with one finger. I'm like, brrr. Don't know if you need two. Like, I've seen people do the double tap. I'm not all about the double tap. I don't know how that works. So at the minute, we are currently watching over at YouTube. If you want to come and watch YouTube, come and watch YouTube. Oh, he's gone and got himself a drone. He's only gone and bought himself a drone. Yeah. Jake's got himself a drone. He's got the proper one. He's got the Go Fly kit as well.
Turn it off, man. I'm supposed to turn it on. There we go.
Thanks for the likes, everybody.
So what the bullies do as well, they like to pretend that what they're doing is legal. They'll use
When Jake's finished, I'm getting off. To be fair, I've got things to do. I can't stay on here all day.
And they equate legality with morality. Now that is a big problem. If you look at our history and the bullying that humans have took before. Hang on a bit, what's going on here?
That's it, Jake. He's hit the nail on the head. Munchkin, you're not an evolved apex predator. You're just a bully. You're a bully, mate.
Can anyone help?
You're a bully. You bully little baby animals with your big stick.
Will that just change? Anyway, we're going off.
And unfortunately, that is anyone who's a meat eater is basically a bully by proxy. You just like someone else bullied the animal for you. Right. As much as I love sitting here with one person viewing, I'm not doing that. I'm off. So everyone have a good day. It was nice to come back. Mojo, thanks a lot for coming in. Angelica, everybody that's like been with me for a long time. Corn Hub, lovely to see you, mate. Eddie, thanks for the conversation and decent conversation. Monster, mate. 16 years, that's epic. Well done, man. I'm like 6-7 years, not sure exactly, but I'm around 6-7. Anyway, man, absolute pleasure. Sorry that you missed the live stream. Sorry you missed the live stream, mate, but over on YouTube there's most of the live stream recorded. So if you go to Game Vegan over on YouTube, you can watch it. Mossler, it says you're a long time watcher, so I appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot. Anyway, I'm not sticking around here because I've got things to do. So take care and have a good day. All right. Take care, guys.
They just keep disappearing, man. You know what's the matter with them?